The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
I'm going to get right to it next week so that you can have some content for your pathetic-ass channel, okay? This week you're going to have two chicks with their jugs plunged to the sky, but you probably don't like that. You want me. I'll give you me next week where you can break down and call me fat and stupid and pathetic and that I use, you know what makes me pathetic? Not my skill set, but the fact that I used Howard Stern as a hashtag. Really? You're breaking it down that much, buddy? And you know what you're probably going to do is you're probably going to break down this monologue in itself in your pathetic little show. You little bitch. Other than that, thanks for listening.
Wow. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
But I never could get it up yesterday. I'm not talking about my penis. I'm talking about my the Twitter feed. So I don't know what the problem is here. See, look, reload. Boom. Anybody?
I got mine's up.
I got you on my
good
phone.
for me.
Yeah, I got you on my phone.
Bubba, just click on the.
It might be out of memory.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, to play a live video, it takes up a little bit of memory on your computer.
Yeah, I got 9,000.
Yeah, so you probably got a bunch of videos playing in the background too.
Which I do. So this is on me.
Yeah, but we're up.
All right, fantastic. Thank you. Let me. I'll just look at the little reload feature, but I know we're up. So. And I got literally 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I think you probably have the same feeds I have up.
His computer's newer though, right?
Well, no, I have some feeds on the other computer.
He's a little more conservative with his tabs too.
Right.
For the video part.
Yeah, I'm a real tab whore. I'm a slut. I'm a tab slut. Bad. But I have to because it's I have to have the stories ready to go. So, I don't know. If we really thought about it, we could probably think of a more efficient way to do it, but it works for us. And every once in a while, we have a little hiccup here or there, but, we're doing real good right now. We got a lot of really good things happening for us right now. We really do. Some things you guys don't, some things you know about, some things you don't know about.
Captain Creamsicle, $200 in the Cash App.
How about that? He's trying to qualify for BARP.
Is it warm in here?
No, it's right where it needs to be. You're just warm because you like to sit in your Cybertruck for just periods of time while you're at home. Yesterday, Seth told on you, by the way.
I spent literally 90 seconds in that truck.
No,
It was
I
right when
heard, I
Seth
heard it was
called me.
more like 9 minutes.
No, it wasn't 9 minutes.
It was just weird. I called him last night, and I had asked him a couple of questions, and I just said, "Are you in the Cybertruck?" And he just started laughing, and then I guess he felt very embarrassed because I think he had to go down and do some sort of computer update on his car. I think the car blows up, so he was doing that, and I think he said that he was kind of taking in the automobile because that was the first time that he had been able to sit in it all day.
After, because he's always just coming and going because he has his own surgery center, he has his own law firm. He's got family. He's just quite the jet setter, being the plastic surgeon, doctor, lawyer that he is. And so usually he's just on the go all the time. And he's really one opportunity for him just to sit in his $130,000 Cybertruck that absolutely might cause Macho Man have to go to therapy.
I know it's literally,
I've
Bubba,
never seen Macho. I love Macho Man. I'll do anything for Macho Man, but I've never seen him so
Can we play that
distraught.
Can we play that imaging for Dan?
I have to see it. I heard something about it.
You've not heard about it?
I heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
Oh.
It's Bubba. It's weird. It is the most polarizing vehicle I've ever driven. When you drive a Ferrari, everyone smiles and gives you a thumbs up. This car, it's like Trump.
I know.
They love it or they hate it. And
the only thing,
visceral.
that's where Trump's really missing out. He should have a Cybertruck parade because he's already. I think we would all agree that he's already very polarizing, right?
Oh,
well,
absolutely.
Actually, both candidates are, but he, and he's. Elon has aligned himself with Trump, right? Kinda.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Lummy, can we do me a favor? Can we take the ladder that's just kind of thrown across the stage and maybe hide it next break? Because it looks like we're in the middle of a job site. Can you see it back there?
Yeah.
I know that it was the You know what? I know why it was probably thrown aside like that because I'm getting reports that Big Red, who was hanging one of our Bubba Army signs that Doc, the fabricator of the stars, made. And by the way, Big Red has hung these before, but they are heavy and they are awkward. And he hung this one right behind Seth, although it's not turned on yet. Right, he hung that last night, Lummy, and supposedly ended up in the hospital. He tore a bunch of ligaments and stuff in his arms, and I feel so bad about it.
Yeah, he called me. I think he tore his bicep.
Oh my God, that's a bad
Isn't
one.
that a really bad?
It's horrible. Ask Terry Glenn about it. You're in it's a surgery, and then you're in a sling for 6 weeks.
Oh
You
my
can't move
God, you won't be able to cook for us.
I won't be able to do nothing.
No, he'll be back by November.
Oh my God, Big Red, are you okay, buddy?
I hope he's okay.
I feel so bad. I feel so horrible because he does. Is this going to hinder his job?
It's going to hinder everything, dude. It's going to hinder him wiping his butt, brushing his teeth,
Dan,
brushing
you're not
his hair.
making me feel any better. God dang, Dan, Jesus.
Sorry.
No, I'm just saying. Oh my
It's a real
God, I
injury.
feel so horrible.
Does he have a slip and fall against us, Bubba?
Probably.
Oh man.
I don't even know if I have insurance, so whatever.
Workers' comp.
Did the ambulance have to come get him here yesterday?
No, he started driving himself. He called me on the road. He was already on the Courtney Campbell, I think,
my
when he called
God.
me. And so I might go straight to the ER with an MRI because you need to get it
And
diagnosed.
they weren't doing MRIs last night.
Yeah.
Why?
The MR guy was on break.
Yeah, they said they don't do it at night.
Yeah.
Because they want to call the tech in?
I
unless
guess
it's an
not.
emergency?
I was
Dude,
texting with them back and forth.
This is like Canada's healthcare now, man. It's so pathetic. You can't get anybody to do nothing anymore.
Lummy, can we get, when Big Red wakes, can we get him to call in the show? I feel horrible about this.
Yes.
See,
Should we start a GoFundMe?
No, well, no. No, I don't. Hello, who's this? This could be Big Red. I don't know.
Hey, Bubba, this is John out of Indiana.
Hey, what part of Indiana, John?
Hey, actually, southern Indiana, just outside of Evansville.
Fantastic. What can I do for you, John, my fellow Hoosier?
Hey, yes, sir. You talked about it briefly just for a moment yesterday, and I wanted to get your opinion. Can you help me understand why the dumb shooter at that school, Seth mentioned you go into it knowing that you're basically not going to come out of it alive. Why did he do such act and then immediately surrender?
Because he's a pussy.
Well, they say that he was big into the fame that you get from shooting up a school. And he was like going after he liked the Sandy Hook guy, all the different school shooters.
I think the last guy that did something like this and survived was the Parkland. Maybe he
Parkland. Parkland was, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
don't correct me when I'm wrong. It makes you look even dumber.
Oh, no,
if I got it right, which is I'm a dumb guy that got it right, but when the dumber guy corrects you and I'm still right, that makes you more dumb.
Well, sorry, the article.
Just saying,
I read,
that's just kind of way,
Sorry, yeah.
No problem. What are you saying on me?
I was gonna say the article read that they only put over like the Sandy Hook, and I guess he was saying how that he could have done it better and made it out alive.
All right. Well, here's the deal: the Sandy Hook guy died.
Yes.
Okay. And the last person that I can remember doing did the Columbine guys make it, or they get killed?
Yeah, the two killed themselves.
Yeah. So
they killed themselves.
Yeah, I mean, probably for the notoriety, because if you're a school shooter and you don't kill yourself or get smoked by the cops, then you go through a very long and very, very, very public trial, and it's going to be gavel to gavel on just a lot
TV
of different
coverage and stuff.
Yeah, and you're going to get
Is he getting treated as a minor since his dad got arrested?
No, they said they're going to prosecute him as an adult. Yeah.
Yeah. So
he'll do well in adult prison.
Yeah,
with that long, beautiful, flowing hair.
No,
he looks like he's transitioning.
They'll put him in solitary.
Has anybody
confinement.
said anything about that? About possibly I mean, he looks very feminine.
Maybe
he's going to be somebody's. He's going to be somebody's little
no, he
thing
ain't.
whenever he gets.
No, he will.
Well,
He's not going to be anybody's bitch, because
he's going to be his dad's bitch.
He's going to be in solitary confinement. There's no way they're going to put him in general pop, and he's going to spend the rest of his life in a 8x10, solitary confinement cell, because the minute they allow him into general population, the minute he's done. He's done something.
For the rest of his life, you think?
Yeah, for the rest of it, because some guy
he'll die in jail.
That's in there for life in prison has nothing to lose, and he'll take him out. He's like, man, you know what? I can deal with a bank robber. I can deal with this and that, but I can't deal with a guy that goes and kills kids. I mean, listen, there's some people in jail have morals. They really do.
They have codes.
There's codes and morals.
They do have codes, but I mean, how many people in jail have killed kids because they're just shooting up a neighborhood?
None.
No, that happens in Chicago all the time, man. Do those guys get raped and killed in jail?
Probably. Kid killers, kid touchers.
Kid touchers, yeah.
Kid killers, that's worse. A kid toucher, at least the kid's alive. I mean, I'm not saying you've not completely emotionally wrecked this child for the rest of his life. You've ruined a human being and you've done the most heinous act. But, I mean, at least the kid didn't die. I'm not trying to...
Yeah, but you don't get like a teardrop on your eye for that one.
No. You get a broomstick up your ass is what you do. That's what you
I
get.
think it's messed up. I just thought it was messed up because I like Seth, thought everybody went into it with the intention of they were either going to die by death by suicide by cop or suicide as themselves. So
very rarely. You're right. Very rarely do these school shooters not get smoked, either themselves or the cops. Very rarely. It's really rare that they make it. The Parkland's the last guy, and look at all the fame and not good fame.
No,
but look
chicks
at all,
email them though. Like they end up having fans. These guys that stay alive.
Charles Manson had thousands of desperate bitches that were writing him letters. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fat, desperate bitches that live in Vincennes, Indiana, that would like to be this guy's pen pal.
And then the other side of it is, think about the restraint of the resource officer not to put it in him after the guy is surrendered. Like,
hold on. Let's not necessarily think that they have restraint, because the resource officers, they can all get together. One guy be looking one way, next guy be looking the next. I mean, have you heard of the Jeffrey Epstein ordeal? That was a couple guys looking the other way, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, but I meant in the moment, like when adrenaline is running high in the moment at that school, when this boy laid his gun down or whatever. Think about the resource officer that could have just took care of it right there.
Man, I got to tell you, if that guy hadn't laid his gun down and separated himself, if he would have had a hand still on that gun, even if he was in a prone position, man, 3 in the back of the skull would have been appropriate. But I think the pussy ass kid actually distanced himself from the gun, had his hands up on the ground, was not had no weapons at all on him.
No threat whatsoever.
And that it's probably every ounce of that school's on camera, so you can't smoke them. You gotta do what the great officer did to show restraint. Pat McGovern would have smoked him.
In that moment, though, just like you said, I guess exonerated the point that he was a bitch. He's
a bitch all around, man. And you know what? His dad's a bitch too. His dad might suffer more consequences in prison than him. They may not put his dad in solid. They may not put his dad in protective custody. I don't know, but his dad.
So what do you think about that, though, Bubba? What do you think about the dad being charged?
I think it's
with the same crimes, like full-on murder.
Well, I mean, if they've proven that it was his dad's gun, they've proven that the FBI was there a year ago and spoke about it. They've proven that the dad had knowledge of this particular subject matter. Him not securing his dad, not securing his gun, and having this kid having access to this gun. This isn't just a regular 14-year-old that stumbled upon his dad's gun. This is a 14-year-old that has discussed this particular topic to the tune where the FBI, a federal agency, has flagged you. Now, at that point, as a father, if you haven't locked your gun up in a combination that you only know, along with the ammunition, so that your kid cannot, if the kid couldn't get that gun, would this crime have happened?
Actually, it looks like it wasn't even his dad's gun. It looks like his dad bought him the gun, his own gun, December 2023.
All right, hold on.
Nonetheless, if his dad bought the gun and knew that this was a problem, his dad took it
His dad bought the gun. His dad bought the gun after the FBI had spoke to him.
It was a Christmas gift for him.
The FBI spoke to the kid, the FBI spoke to the dad, or the FBI just flagged him because of a suspicious post? What have we proven? What have we really proven, Bubba?
It was first contacted that they contacted the family to investigate a threat made online.
There you go.
So they did call the family?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, but hey, listen, Indiana, gotta go. Love you. Love the Hoosiers.
Love you.
Appreciate it. Go Notre Dame this weekend. I don't know who the hell they play. I think they play somebody else.
They play some crap team.
Yeah, Notre Dame really doesn't have any really formidable opponents until Florida State comes to South Bend, which I don't know how really scary that is.
No.
Or they travel to USC in Southern California, which you never know how that goes. So you never know which Southern California. Who's coaching USC now?
Is it Lincoln Riley?
Is it Lincoln Riley?
Yes.
Okay.
They play Northern Illinois.
Yeah, Northern Illinois. Hello.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Yes, sir.
I heard this morning that the father had said he bought the gun for the kid, and it was the kid's gun, and that's why.
So what we're trying to find out is if that father bought the gun after the family had been contacted by the FBI because this kid had been making threats. Now, if the dad, well, even both instances, Dan, if we can prove, and I think we can, that the FBI made contact with the family, then if the dad bought the gun afterwards, he's really, really a piece of shiz. And if he bought it before and didn't take the gun away from the kid, he's a piece of shiz. So, either
totally
way.
Agree.
I think the dad's got what's coming to him. I really do. Dan, at the end of the day, you have pretty good control of your nearly 14-year-old son. Mm-hmm. And if the FBI had come to you and said, little Danny's been saying some things online, making threats at school, I guarantee you that every one of your firearms would be more secure than it already is. And if you had purchased
the guns and the kid will be on lockdown.
And if you had purchased little Danny a gun, you would have taken it away from him. I promise you that.
May 2023 is when they contacted him, and December 2023 is when he bought the gun.
Yeah. I mean,
that does seem a little counterintuitive.
Yeah. So anyway, man, I'm all for, man. Throw the book at the dad. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. Have a great day, guys.
You too, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. We're gonna get into that. We'll get into that topic in depth a little bit more, but this is what needs to be done: is hold the parents responsible. I mean, maybe then parents will be more responsible. Right now, parents aren't really that responsible. Oh, the FBI got a hold of us in May. Little Johnny, what does he need? And Chris, let's buy him a gun. And Chris, by the way, I don't even know that you should buy your 14-year-old a gun unless it's like a 22 or a 22 long rifle or something like. I don't know if was it a 9mm?
No, I think it was an AR, right?
Yeah, it was an AR.
Oh my God.
I mean, my brother and I at 13, 14, at 4:10 did way if we went hunting.
But you and your brother weren't
didn't have it in our rooms.
Weren't on Instagram saying I'm going to blow up my school tomorrow.
No, correct. Plus, we didn't have it in our rooms. It was, but yeah,
it was locked in safe.
Correct.
We'll get into all this. By the way, some local news, some Tampa Bay. Local news, which Tampa Bay is our number one market, so we have a huge following in Tampa Bay. And I'm going to get into 3 Tampa Bay things really quickly just to get them out of the way, clear them out of the way. One, Rob Gronkowski and his brother opened up a healthy fast food place. Was it about a year ago?
It was probably about 5-6 months ago.
Right, and I think their first location was in Tampa, and their second, it's called Green Lane. And it
all salads and wraps under $10. Woo!
And Seth, they pride themselves on being faster because everything is drive-through only. Like you can't or pickup. Pick up or drive through. So they don't have to have a person working the counter to take Johnny Schlepp Boy that wants to eat inside the dining. It's it's pick up or drive through, and it's kind of a healthy kind of deal. Like, can you get their menu for me so I can look at it?
Yes.
Because I'm gonna see when they say healthy.
Can you do a food review?
Well, I think Seth might today. It's really close. The St. Pete location that Gronk is going to be working the drive-through today is super close to where Seth lives. So
I was just gonna go get some lunch, get a picture.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If he's really working the drive-through, it'll be like a 2-hour wait.
That's what I'm saying. The short notice.
Not when Big Papa Kush lines up at 10:30 a.m. first in line
with that Fort Hemi, right?
Yeah, blocking everybody
Piping
else
everything
out. Put the
being
police tape up.
Being like Dan, just spending quality time in your car, right? That Fort Hemi of yours.
That would be nice.
I literally spent 90 seconds in that car the entire day. It just happened to be when Seth called me. And as soon as he asked me, he's like, "Are you in your Cybertruck?" I'm like, "You mother effer."
Dan is in a good mood, though, when he's in the Cybertruck.
Yeah,
I sent you the menu.
You did? Okay. Yeah. So anyway, today, so they gave short notice because Green Line suspected that if people knew about it any earlier, the 4-time Super Bowl champion Ron Gronkowski was going to be operating the drive-through window at a recently opened St. Pete healthy fast food joint. The lines would be long, so here's your notice. Gronk will be dishing out smoothies and salads from 12:30 to 2 today at the Green Line's new location, 8001 4th Street North, signing autographs and taking selfies with all customers. The Tampa-based chain specializes in salads and wraps for under $10. It opened up its first location last year in South Tampa and recently opened up a third location in St. Pete.
Wow, so I guess they're doing well.
Gronk is an investor, and he's pulling up his sleeves today to take orders from the window. Go ahead.
This looks like a dispensary.
Doesn't it?
I mean, I thought it was a dispensary when they were putting it up. Green Lane, and then look at the way the building is. It's every shade of green that you could have. I don't know.
So anyway,
but it seems like it'd be an easy franchise to open another satellite with because there's no tables, there's no fancy bathrooms, there's no counter. You just go in, get your stuff, and go. I mean, it's got to be an easy to franchise and expand concept.
Here it is. Let me look at the menu here, to see if menu. Signature salads and wraps, dressing, snacks and sweets, protein boxes and drinks. All right. So, signature salads and autumn apple. Is this a wrap? That's a salad.
Yeah, these
That's
are
a
salads,
salad. Creamy
yeah.
Caesar. Classic Cobb. Okay.
Well, they're big on alliteration.
What do you mean?
Like classic Cobb, spicy salad, golden geek. The continuing the sounds just to make it catchy names.
I want the wraps. Where's the wraps at, Lummy?
I think it's go down right there. I think under the snacks and sweet.
Well, I mean, I'm saying like all these look like salads here to me.
Oh,
you're not a wrap guy.
Yeah,
salads and wraps are made to order.
So maybe every salad can be a wrap.
There you go.
Maybe you can get it as a salad or a wrap. So I roll up in there like, I like the classic Cobb, and they'd be like, do you want that as a salad or a wrap? Give it to me as a wrap, please. No, but no avocado or grape tomatoes. That's it. I can take everything else. So I mean, it looks like it looks like it's a pretty cool place.
What's their protein boxes? Is that any good? Or?
These are their these are their dressings, standard pretty much. Snacks and sweets. Well, that kind of diffuses the healthy portion of it, does it not?
Ain't nothing healthy about this stuff.
Merch Crick would be all over these, Lummy.
Oh, the soft pretzel sticks.
But you only get three for $5.
It may be big.
Some more soft pretzel sticks, s'mores, and the caramel apple pie cookie. That sounds pretty good.
That does sound good.
Snacks and sweets. Okay, protein boxes. So hard-boiled eggs, salami, cheddar cheese, dried cranberries, and cashews.
Ew.
And then when you take little Sethy up there, she's going to have to get a kid's deal. Sliced chicken, cucumbers, carrots, and ranch.
That's a good idea.
How much of that would Sammy eat?
None.
Yeah, but it's only $4.
Yeah. Well, look how small it is.
Frosty's $1.
Drinks, teas and lemonades.
Is it?
Yeah.
Where's the Frosty at?
It's a Wendy's thing.
Oh, it's a Wendy's thing. Yeah. I wish I could do a food review, Lummy, but it's just going to be...
You're going to hate it.
Absolutely slammed.
Oh, yeah.
And then finally, my last little local deal is not every, Diaco's and maybe Seth. But I know, Lummy, when you got Turner, I think you got him from the Pound, didn't you?
Yes.
And I got Bella from the Pound. And it's just, if you aren't that real fancy guy that needs a purebred dog, it's really better to just go to the Pound and adopt a dog. That Pound dogs are so loyal and so good and are just so happy not to be either one, euthanized, or two, be stuck in a little cage a lot of their life. And the SPCA, which is a local, pet adoption place here in Tampa, I think if you adopt a pet, it's usually about with the adoption fees, and then they give them like their
first round of shots. And I think,
Lummy, that when you adopt, they also spade and neuter.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
I think they do.
It's like mandatory, I think.
Yeah. So, which is the responsible thing to do if you got a dog running around town and it's just not banging every dog in the world, getting it pregnant. So this Saturday, the SPCA of Tampa is waiving all adoption fees, which could be I think sometimes $85, $90 all in. And it shows you the locations. I think there's more locations. I don't know how many locations there are. But the SPCA are waiving all pet adoptions. Oh, I think that was actually the information, Lummy. Adoption fees will be completely waived Saturday, September 7th, for all adoptable animals listed on St. Pete, TampaBay.org. Traditionally, adoption fees for most animals range from $30 to $200, and they're going to be waiving them all this Saturday. So
it almost looks like a human trafficking picture.
That kind of looks like Bella right there, doesn't it? Yeah.
And the good thing is they get the vaccines, and they also have a microchip in them.
Yeah, they microchip them
too.
Yeah, and the thing about it also, if you get your dog at the animal shelter, local animal shelter, I think they have veterinary care, Lummy, way, way, way discounted.
Really?
That's
where you take the biggest hit, man. Besides the food, is when your dog gets sick, they pound you at the
God.
vet.
And then, hold on. Two wrinkles to that. If your dog if your pet gets sick, one, if it's in the overnight.
Yeah, you better hope it's 9 to 5 Monday to Friday.
First of all, you better hope it's 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. Your little fur baby gets sick because when you go to those after-hour emergency
Blue Pearl.
Blue Pearl's a whole nother league.
Yeah,
but I mean it's not really unreasonable for your dog to maybe have some type of bug or something that's not going to kill him or her.
Well, diarrhea.
And you take him to one of these 24-hour Willies, and you get $500-$600 bill.
Oh yeah,
so
more than you paid for the dog.
But I think with the place, it was the West Tampa. I think it's kind of over by where your house is.
Yeah, off Armenia.
Where it's where Ashley has done some volunteer work.
Yes.
That's where we got Bella from. Well, if Bella's gotten sick a few times, well, actually, she's not gotten sick. She has torn her dew claw.
Oh, yeah.
Because they won't I guess it's now officially, mean to animals.
It's like getting circumcised. It's like circumcising your kid. It's like cruel.
Remember back in the day when your dog was a puppy, they would take the dew claws off.
Yes.
And you could get your cat declawed.
Right.
Now you can't do either because it's considered inhumane. So you can't get your cat declawed and you can't get the dew claws snipped off your dog. So Bella, in her outside activities, sometimes has gotten her dew claw hung up on some stuff. And
it gets in the way more than it helps?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
They're not climbing trees very often.
Yeah, so we've had to take her to where we got her, the West Tampa, animal deal. And they have a veterinary. If you adopted your animal through them, they have a veterinarian service within their little, facility that takes care at like a much discounted rate. Like I think the last time she hurt her dew claw, they had to go and trim the claw, and put in like wrap her paw and then put it like an Elizabethan collar on her for 2 days so she couldn't lick the thing. And it was like $65. Like that's nothing. Usually when you go to the other pet places, it's $65 for you to fill out the paperwork, right?
It's unbelievable, and they upcharge you on everything too. They're like, "Hey, well, you need to get this. You need to get this. You need to buy it from us." I mean, it's
everybody's buying $5,000 Bijons or whatever the hell you got.
I just have a Vizsla, dude.
Vizsla. How much did you? Okay, hold on. Don't give me the dude like I'm completely off, brother. Let me tell you right now. I guarantee you that you paid at least $3,000 for that Vizsla.
Brother. I paid about $1,200.
Okay, still.
Okay, but still, I got a quality dog that was free of disease and had a pedigree, and it was only $1,200.
Yeah, well,
and he's been 14 years of love and never bit a person, and is one of the greatest dogs of all time.
I agree.
But
my dog was $65. And I don't know what kind of pedigree it has, and it hasn't bitten anybody, and I love it just the same.
I thought it bit someone once.
It bit Tuttle.
But Tuttle probably deserved it.
It didn't bite Tuttle. It put its mouth around Tuttle's hand and then let go.
Oh, okay. Just warned him?
Show him that I could chomp down on you, but I'm going to let your goggled ass get out of here. But don't you ever come upstairs here again when my mom's not here, because I'm protecting.
Oh, he went up into...
So I thought Merch Crick was upstairs, slinging shirts. And
we heard barking and screaming.
And really, Merch Crick was downstairs ordering some stuff for Macho Man.
I think Tuttle was just trying to get a shirt or something.
Tuttle comes to me and goes, hey, Baba, can I get one of those embroidered, like, collared up shirts? It would be great for me and, like, representing the brand while having, like, a collared shirt on. It looks a little better than a T-shirt. I'm like, yeah, run upstairs. Merch Crick's up there filling orders, and she'll give you one. Well, I didn't know that Merch Crick was down here, so she, brings Bella with her every day, and so Tuttle gets up there and startles Bella. Now listen, Bella has seen every one of you guys. Bella knows all of you.
Oh, yeah.
Bella's in love, has a lesbian relationship with Scout, the wiener dog. And she does. And so anyway, but she's never seen, and Tuttle has an irritating, kind of alarming voice. And so she'd never seen Tuttle, never smelled Tuttle. Tuttle rolls up in her world. What's she going to do?
Bite him.
She was and her hair stood up on the back of her back, and she put her mouth on his hand, but didn't. He goes, she scared the hell out of me. I will not go back up there ever again. And she bit me on the hand. And I go, did she bite you, or did she just put her mouth on your hand? Because that's what she'll do, kind of soft bite you.
Like a warning?
Yeah, just kind of like a warning shot. And she goes, well, she didn't break the skin, but it's a little bit red. I go, all right, well, then she didn't bite you. She just, showed you that she could bite you. Unlike Lummy's dog, who actually bit him in the face.
Yes.
So anyway,
excellent. The
local Tampa SPCA this coming Saturday is waiving all adoption fees. It's a great thing to adopt a dog in that manner. And it'll cost you nothing this Saturday. SPCA, tell them you heard it on my show. Let me, when we come back, we got to start. We're now getting more information on our Orlando meet and greet. And by the way, if you plan on participating, we do know where we're going to have the after hours party. I'm sorry, the Saturday, Lummy, the actual Saturday restaurant meet and greet. We know where it's going to be. If you plan on attending, get a hold of us. We have our own email, orlando@bubbaarmyhq.com. Just email us and say, I plan on being there. And Brian Matroni was able to get a hold of the place. I'll tell you that place next. But, Lummy, they're also offering drink and food packages, too.
Oh, that's great.
Now, you don't need that. You don't need to buy a drink or food package. You can just show up and hang out with us. But they do have a pretty good package that they're offering Bubba Army. So if you want to go up there, have a few drinks and have some food, they are offering a $30 package.
Yes, we've gotten a lot of emails, so that's a positive.
Really?
Yes.
Can you text me about how many emails you think you've gotten?
Yes.
And Seth, I've seen that we got a couple from the show email as well from people that couldn't figure out Orlando@BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Yeah, I just deleted those. I just figured if people can't send it to the right email, maybe they're disqualified.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Okay, Bubba. Okay, Bubba.
All right, we'll get you with the John Cook Steaker next.
Who's running lift so far? There's 32. Thank you, my man.
Does anybody have like a good reason why they should go, or they just say they want to go?
They're just they love Linkin. They've been fans forever. Blah, blah.
Oh, okay. I don't know if somebody had an offering or anything, even though it's random.
It's gonna be a great turnout. It's gonna be an awesome fucking turnout.
Dude, how about the fucking Packers game tonight, eh?
How about the controversy behind it?
Well, I mean, definitely somebody's going to get murdered tonight. Dude, unbelievable first game of the year.
Watch the end of it?
I just saw it.
Couldn't stay up.
No, I didn't stay up either.
Good morning, Kenny Powers, Big Buck, Bart Hutchison, Big Blakey.
After about the first quarter, I felt like kind of got it out of my system. I was like, all right, I was all jacked up and stuff, and I was like, all right, we're going to get a lot more football this year.
You could already see the referees were favoring the Chiefs. that was evident in the first quarter. It's amazing how much latitude they give them. JHM3. They want them to beat it 3 times. You already know what the fixes ended for the season. They're going to the Super Bowl again.
They're good, though, man. They are really, really, really good.
The receiver's quick.
Oh, yeah. The Ravens are going to be right there. Those teams, that could be the AFC Championship.
You think it's going to be the Jets?
No. No.
So Mitch, Neil Montplaisir.
But I am interested just to see his first game against the 49ers on Monday.
This looks Lizaire. Group of lips. Fan Orlando.
Terry, it's not just liberals. MAGA people have turned their back on Dan.
Yes, Mitch. I'm supporting Elon.
People think Dan has some sort of green agenda, and they're attacking him for it. They don't see that he's supporting Elon. They think that he's supporting the woke left agenda.
I'm not, because I give a fuck about mileage and carbon.
He said, let the earth burn, motherfuckers.
Yeah, burn, motherfucker, burn. Excellent shit.
Oh, Bubba, you got that audio, that imaging, too. You got to play for Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Macho killed it with that.
Go back in that.
What up, Storage Shed? What up, Grouper Lips? Dude, this Friday night game is big tonight because I think the NFL is going to say fuck high school football and they're going to start putting games on Friday night.
I think you're right. It's another way to.
I don't know if the Thursday night gets ixnayed or if they do Thursday, Friday.
Oh, I think they do both.
Yeah.
Well, you could add about another 10 to that. So
We won't. Any babes?
no, there's no.
It's all
Actually,
you.
there's a lot of real rugged men that are.
Real rugged men that want to come hang. All right, yeah, that's cool. We like rugged men.
Only rugged men are allowed.
Only rugged men. No girls allowed.
They're talking about oiling themselves up.
I fucking love Peacock, man. Peacock never gives me any trouble. My fucking Sling fucking shuts down every damn time I'm watching a popular TV show.
On Peacock?
No, the Sling. I have the Sling app, but Peacock's great. I love Peacock.
Is Sling everything or just like one particular set of channels?
Sling can get you like all the channels and shit like that. But it sucks. It's like always buffering and stuff. And I get mad at Phoebe too when it happens.
Yeah, like,
take it out on her.
Like it's her fault.
Well, she fucking. I'm the only one watching TV, and she's she's mad because it costs like $90 to get 4 channels these days.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
It's like streaming was cheaper than cable for like a month.
The Orlando Content House, Shindig, it's going to be a bunch of dudes doing stuff dudes do. Happening November 15th and 16th. If you want to come see this freak show, email us, orlando@bubbaarmyhq.com. Let the crew know if you want to be registered for Friday Night Fight Night. orlando@bubbaarmyhq.com. The BTLS show now returns.
Johnny Kozak, Lummy. Pole position, P1 by a lot. Don't forget today, by the way, 150 on the PayPal, Johnny Kozak. My boy John Kostika. Johnny Kozak, I don't know. Maybe that's his alter ego, Johnny Hey, I'm Johnny Kozak. Sounds like a cool name, doesn't it? Johnny Kozak.
Yes, it does.
Maybe not.
Oh, it's bald with a lollipop. Sounds like a little like Kojak.
Shut up, Dan. Did you hear the heat that Macho Man? Lummy.
Yes.
This is aggressive. And
People
Dan,
are very car aggressive with that thing.
Man, Dan, and it takes a guy that has the douchey swag that you got to be able to pull it off. Like, I mean, you might as well. I mean, it's just polarizing as having a Kamala Harris and or Donald Trump bumper sticker on your back. Like, half of everybody hates you.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, like, realistically.
But he said kids and women like it, so.
Yes, kids and girls like it. It's just the guys. It's the guys.
Yeah.
And they're
50-50.
50-50.
It's the guys that drive, 1,000 horsepower Mustangs. That are Macho is. I've never seen Macho this distraught over anything.
Well, did he yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it. So Dan, please know that we do a lot of ball busting here, and Macho Man does some of the AI positioning statements,
but he stays out of the ball busting.
Oh, he does. Have you heard this latest? Have you heard
That's why I'm saying this is very extreme for Macho.
Right, exactly. Macho usually doesn't have a comment on a polarizing opinion that could potentially get heat with somebody. He just kind of chills out. But, man, he really laid his balls on the line here, though. I mean, he just really. Dan, you've not heard it, have you?
I have not heard it.
The Orlando Content House Shindig, happening November 15th and 16th. If you're dumb enough to come, email us, orlando@bubbaarmyhq.com. Let the crew know if you want to be registered for Friday Night Fight Night, orlando@bubbaarmyhq.com. If you drive a Cybertruck, you will be shot on sight. Your transport looks like a dumpster filled with batteries. It's very dangerous to others with its wedged-shaped bladed front end. You are not saving the environment. EVs use rare earth metals. Mining them actually causes more damage to to the environment and uses more fossil fuels to manufacture them than an average car. Speaking of fossil fuels, where do you think the electricity to charge those batteries in your glorified golf cart comes from, you douche? You are just a big douche if you drive an electric vehicle. Thank you, that is all. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Were you wearing your little Mustang jacket when you wrote that?
Iggy McGillicuddy, 25.
I'm sorry, who's that?
Iggy McGillicuddy, 25.
Oh, Iggy!
Dr. Dan's a hero.
So, I mean, I hope Macho Man doesn't come up sick one night, at 8 o'clock, and every place is sick, and he needs a Z-Pack with a doxycycline chaser, and he thinks that, man, I need to call Dr. Dan because, again, don't forget one of the greatest positioning statements and one of the greatest descriptions of all time for Dr. Dan is, he's a dick until you need him.
Right.
Let me did you remove the ladder? Or did you forget?
I had to go to the back and help Macho with something. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'll do it next break.
It looks so bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Even though I know that Big Red is down a bicep and he probably just threw it down over there and didn't even have the strength to lift it.
Is it really? It's not even on TV.
It is on the wide shot.
Oh, is it?
It is on the wide shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll definitely get that.
I mean, we got a ladder just laying back there. I mean, I'm trying. Just like I had Lummy clean up a little bit of the front because we were looking a little white triz ashy,
little garage sale-ish.
Yeah. So we had some coolers and stuff like that. I'm trying to clean the place up a little bit. So anyway, Dan is a dick until you need him.
Mm-hmm.
So Dan, did you hear that?
Yes, I did. And it's okay. Like I said, I didn't buy it to be green. I'm glad kids were exploited in the harvesting of the lithium. It's good for them. It makes them tougher kids.
It does. Listen to this. Hold on. Can you imagine, Dan? Now, all the kids on your flag football team, for the most part, come from affluent families and really haven't done a lot of hard work in their life when compared to the kids that are digging out cobalt by their fingers.
Right, and that's what they need to do for a summer. I need to send them to Africa and start digging for lithium and cobalt and all these rare metals.
God.
And maybe a little uranium while we're at it so they glow when they come home.
Have you seen?
Find them at night.
Have you seen they'll have thousands of children literally in this mine and that are digging with their hands pieces of cobalt and uranium,
barefoot,
and then they take them to like this, to this guy that has like a
whip.
Has like a
gun.
No, it has like a scale or something like that, and he paid. They write down how much you've harvested, and I literally think you make like $3 a day. And I think I got to think that your hands and all of that raw material it takes to build a lithium battery can't be good for you.
Oh God, no.
Right?
Right. But I'm not digging it, and so I'm digging the car, and anyone that doesn't like it can suck it because A, I don't care. B, I have a 1,000 horsepower car, a Ferrari that will blow Macho's car out of the water from 0 to 60, from 0 to 90 in a quarter mile and at top speed. So if you want to race, kid, let's race. But this is my 5th car, and it's my cheapest car, and I love it. I absolutely love it, and I love the fact that some people hate it so much that they go out of their way to tell me how much they hate it.
Now,
they
Dan,
can go F off too.
Dan, it's easier for all of us, for you and Macho Man, to have a working relationship.
I like him.
Okay.
Well, I like him. But when it comes to the car, if we want to whip it out and see whose car's cooler, whatever,
How do we settle this?
I didn't pick the fight.
Do we take this to the track, or do we just go rope off the Gandy Bridge at midnight on Saturday?
Rope off.
Yeah,
Seth, what, Sponjo? Okay, the last, I'm roping it off, and the last car is a red Subaru. So after the red
and we're
Subaru.
not comparing cars here. We're comparing a dumpster to a vehicle.
So Seth, hold on. Don't worry about the two racers. Just worry about after the red Subaru. I got everything blocked off. So rope it off after the red Subaru. Okay.
Tell them to go. Okay.
Okay. Ready? you two.
All right, it's going. It's going.
You two coworkers that want to race it out on the streets like you're the effing Fast and Furious. I feel like I got a Fast and Furious episode going on within my own program. Jesus.
We do, and the Fast and Furious guys are all jacked up and stuff too. So.
Hey, you know what? I want to go ahead and raise my hand and say that I got the slowest car in everybody. I got a 3-cylinder smart car, okay? That's 0 to 60 in about a minute. I'm just telling you. You put my fat ass in there, and it really, it'll go fast. It's very weight dependent. I mean, if my 0 to 60 time would probably be 2 seconds slower than if Merch Crick got in there because she's so light and I'm so heavy.
In the smart car?
Yeah.
It would be
Meanwhile,
sensitive.
when you're in the 1,000 horsepower range like Macho Man or whatever you're driving, the weight of the driver means a little bit, but 1,000 horsepower can pull you through 100 pounds. Whereas three cylinders, 100 pounds is a lot. That's really bogging down
It's got
86 cubic inch. Yeah, it's a 3. My smart car is a 3-cylinder. Yes. So all you guys want to be Johnny Fast and Furious. I'm the fastest. Well, I'm the slowest in my smart car. But my truck's pretty fast.
Yes, it is.
My truck's got a 5-liter in it. It's pretty fast. So let me ask you a question, Macho Man. Being a Ford guy, I got a 5-liter in my 2019 F-150 Lariat, which let me guess what? It's almost paid off.
There you go.
Yeah, had a 5-year loan on it.
Boom.
I'm almost got it paid off, and I got only 52,000 miles on it because I barely.
Oh, that's good.
I barely drive it.
You got multiple cars.
I do. I got I got an 04 Crown Vic that's pretty sporty. But anyway, Macho Man, within with my truck having a 5.0 5-liter, is that the same 5-liter that they put in like Mustangs and stuff?
The regular GT5, I believe, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
mine's a 5.2.
Not the 350, the GT350, or the GT3 or the GT500. I'm just talking about a regular 5.0.
The regular 5.0, yes, sir.
Yeah, it's the same motor. Those are pretty sporty.
They're bulletproof motors. You know what I mean? They've been so proven that Mustang makes or Ford makes a great 5-liter engine. They've been doing it for literally decades.
That's been their
the 5.0.
That's been their Chevy 350.
Yep.
The Chevy 350 4-bolt main, bulletproof. You know what I got at the track that's super valuable? It doesn't look that. The Bubba
van
E350.
Yeah.
It's got the 7. Listen, anybody will tell you one of the best diesel motors ever made for on the road consumption is the old Ford 7.3 Power Stroke.
I've heard that.
Oh my God, you can get one of those. If you got a Ford 7.3 Power Stroke, that van's worth about $5,000. All day.
Wow.
Just because of the motor in it.
Jeez.
Those 7.3s are bulletproof. Again, if you're going to attend the Orlando meet and greet and you'd like to be considered a Friday guest, email us Orlando at BubbaArmyHQ.com, and we're going to be going to the what is that?
Davenport Ale House.
Davenport Ale House.
And we even got them to rope off the front, like it's a very fancy restaurant, so Dan can park his Cybertruck there.
Yes.
Like you're at Eddie V's.
Now, Dan, it's almost required that you bring the Cybertruck. That's part of the gimmick now.
Now that's the new gimmick? Okay.
Yeah. And
that's cool.
Now, Dan, would it be possible if I could get Rainbow Rick to make me some magnetic signs?
I'll absolutely put them on.
With the QR code?
Yep. I'll put them on.
Wow. Now, is Romina, does she have a say-so in this truck at all?
No, zero.
Okay.
Has she even been in it?
Yes.
Okay, and what did she
tried to have it towed off their property in the middle of the night. Dan had to get in front.
Dan, hold on. Dan and little Danny were able to stand in their ground, and the two chicks were, tapping their feet, having Crockett's towing come up with a flatbed. So, I mean, Dan, have you ever, in all of your years, driven anything more polarizing than this?
I did.
And when you're on the streets, do people let you know their excitement or not excitement about said vehicle?
I drove one time when I had an Aston. I was in the shop, and Rob gave
Aston Martin.
Yeah, and Rob gave me a Bentley to drive. It was a 4-door Bentley.
Oh, I love Bentleys.
It was wonderful to drive, but the scowls I would get from people, the disdain as you pull up next to them in traffic, they'd look at you like you're the biggest a-hole in the face of the earth.
Here's what they don't realize.
I'll never buy one.
Here's what they don't realize is a Bentley is really a Volkswagen.
Right.
It's made by the same company that makes Volkswagen, and what they don't realize is that you can pick up like an 06, 07 Bentley
for nothing.
that looks like a really badass Bentley. You could pick them up for, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 grand. And Lummy, everybody looks at you like you're Johnny Rich guy, but you're just, chances are their Toyota Camry's worth double than what you got.
Right. Oh, yeah, it looks like between 26 and 45,000
for a Bentley.
06 Bentley Continental.
Just don't try to fix it.
Yeah. In fact, I was at Terry's last week because remember he fixed my Crown Vic? Remember my Crown Vic?
Yes.
Remember, Lummy? I was down on the road?
Yep.
Terry, it was a fuel pump.
Oh.
Terry fixed it, but I got to bring it over there because I warped the rotors and trying to keep it running.
Oh man!
And the rotors are so warped. So when you brake, it like literally if you have any fillings, it'll rattle them right out of your teeth. It's so bad. So I got to take it over and get new rotors on this. But Dan, as you're driving your brand new 2024 black Lego looking Tesla Cybertruck, do people what?
It's silver.
It's not silver.
Yeah, it is. It's stainless steel silver, bright silver.
I thought it was black.
Just the windows.
It's
and
silver.
the top, it looks like it's black. It's just the sun. It's just the roof.
Okay. I've never even seen somebody paint it black.
I've seen black wrapped ones. They're good looking.
All right. Well, you can't wrap it because we can't stick any magnetic signs on them then. I got to go out and Lummy, do we have a measuring tape around here?
We got one in the back.
I need to go out. I need to go.
Should we spray paint some stuff, Bubba?
No.
Yeah, why not?
No.
Dan doesn't care.
Dan does.
I don't care.
Dan, I'm going to measure.
I'm ready to shoot it.
Dan,
Yes.
I need to measure. Let me hopefully next break somebody give me a tape measure so I can measure how large the magnetic signs are. You know, because Dan said he's going to allow me to, put Bubba Army QR code magnetic signs on the side of it.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, listen, we're already when you mention the Bubba the Love Sponge show, in a town like Tampa or Orlando or Fort Walton Beach or Charleston or places that we've been syndicated in that people may or may not be familiar with the program, instantaneously, if you know who I am, you know my reputation, you're familiar with the program. Instantaneously, I'm as polarizing as the Cybertruck. I'm as polarizing as Harris versus Trump. So why not put polarization on top of polarization and have a polarizing radio program on a polarizing vehicle, right?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
So are you saying that you should have the Cybertruck?
No.
Oh, okay.
So, Bubba, if I get rid of it, I'll sell it to you, though.
No, I don't. I
love
can't,
it.
I can't afford it,
You'd
Dan.
love it.
Can you take payments?
Sure.
Okay. I can only buy it from you if you'd allow me to make payments, but I can only imagine what payments on $125,000 are. Jesus, let me try to figure this up right now. If I was to finance it for 5 years, 60 months, 125 divided by 60, and that's with no interest. That's $2,100 a month. Dan, no, thank you. I can't afford it. $2,100 a month.
Okay, well maybe I can sell it to Mach.
Only to make Macho Man. Only to make Macho Man. He would do something to it to make it blow up.
No.
Well, no, when it breaks down next week, he can give it to me, and I'll use it for down payment for the 2026 GT500 with the 1,400 horsepower.
Okay, and if you get sick next week, you can call one of your doctor friends in the Mustang Club to help take care of you.
He's actually sick right now. He said he's got a cold this morning.
He is sick right now.
Call me, bitch. No, if you can call me. I may not answer, but you can call.
Dan, we're going to be at the Orlando Davenport Ale House, and like Seth has told you, we started to get into it. They're going to have a huge roped off section for us. We can watch the game. It's a Saturday night. It's going to be, I think, Seth, was he saying 6 to 10 or something like that?
6 to 10, yeah.
6 to 10. Now you can just show up and, be a la carte, meaning you order off the menu and you buy your own beers and you buy your own drinks and all that kind of deal. Or we're going to have, I think, a $30 ticket that you buy, and that gets you 2 drinks, whether it be mixed drinks, beers. Sodas are $4. I mean, you can get 2 sodas with your ticket, but you get unlimited refills on your sodas. So, you're not. I don't think you get unlimited refills, Lummy, on your Stolies and whatever the hell you're getting. But the $30 ticket includes 2 drinks. And then I think wings, fries. It's like they're going to have like a kind of a buffet kind of deal going on. for those that buy tickets. And for those that don't buy tickets, you're on your own. They're going to have a cash bar. You can order from the menu. But we're going to have, it's looking like right now, if I was to just guess, and Seth, you can help me out. And I think Macho Man, you guys are familiar with the amount of emails. It's looking, right now, we're pacing about 100 people. I think.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I think we're pacing about 100 people. I think we're pacing about 80 people right now. That would be so awesome. Would it not? To get that,
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Absolutely. No, I like the big show up.
Lummy, here's the thing, and I'm not saying anything bad about Florida Man Radio, but when we were on Florida Man Radio in Orlando, that month that John put us on the big signal before he sold it to the Spaniards, we never had that size of crowd as a station when we did an appearance. And maybe that very first Stogies and Cycles at that real cool place, we may have had 80 to 100 people there.
There were that. Yeah, I agree. There was that many there.
Yeah.
I think we're going to blow away the largest crowd we ever had on Florida Man Radio. Collectively as a radio station, us as a show. Now, please don't think that I'm saying anything disrespectful to Florida Man Radio, because we're on Florida Man Radio in Fort Walton Beach. And I think that if we were to do something in conjunction with Shannon Burke and the station, maybe this spring break.
We do something in fall? In spring?
Not fall. Fall's here.
Yeah.
Fall. Listen, our fall promotion is our Orlando promotion.
Gotcha.
Our spring promotion will probably be our Fort Walton promotion, but it'll be in conjunction with the station and Shannon. So, if we do Fort Walton Beach, we're on a 50,000 watt flamethrower, and I think we're top 3 in our demographic, Lummy. We went from, Sweet. I know the last time the ratings came out, we were when we took the show over, that was in 19th place. And John Cracciola, when the ratings came out, if I can almost paraphrase, he goes, "Congratulations, fat man, cracked the top 3. That's how he talks to me. I said, thank you, half pint short stuff. Appreciate you. So the Orlando meet and greet content house, which was Seth Kushner's idea, is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Seth, what if we end up doing like 200 people? Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, that would really...
Are you going to get anxiety?
No,
You're going to get anxiety at your own promotion.
I just don't want anybody at the house. I don't care about how many people show up to the house.
Anybody. We're only going to have 3 people at the house. It'll be highly controlled.
3 plus a guest. Then you're probably going to extend it because we're getting so many emails.
Shut up, Seth. Jesus.
Everyone's going to be in your bedroom, Seth, just hanging out.
We'll have Tuttle.
Hey, Bubba.
Yes, go ahead.
Hey, before you get those magnets, you may want to make sure that they can stick to that stainless steel.
Yeah, listen, Rainbow Rick will have it figured out. He'll have me a magnetic sign that's specifically made for that type of metal. Nothing gets by Rainbow Rick, period.
Roger that.
Let me ask you a question. Are you familiar with the magnetic sign industry?
No.
Okay, so I'm thinking, and neither am I, I'm thinking that they probably make signs that specifically are magnetic to stainless steel, more so than metal. I'm thinking they probably make those.
Maybe.
At the end of the day, it's the 21st century, and we can send people into space, and we can blow off a rocket, and it can literally land on a 9-foot barge in the middle of the ocean. I think we can do a lot of stuff nowadays.
We got duct tape if we need it. We'll tape that bitch on.
Dan, we don't want to duct tape on your.
I don't care.
Stop acting like you don't care. It's still a 6-figure deal.
Duct tape comes off.
Okay.
But some stainless steel is magnetic and some stainless steel is not magnetic. That's the bottom line.
It's
probably magnetic.
Yeah,
do we have a magnetic sign around here at all? At all?
Test?
Nah, I don't think so. But I sent you a video that shows a magnet being stuck to it.
Sir, love you. Where are you calling from? How do you get us?
Sarasota.
And
your app.
And you get us, and boy, and you know that new app's coming, and it's going to be unbelievable. It's going to make things so much more streamlined and easier. So look for that in about a week, okay, bud?
All right.
Appreciate you. Thank you. I kind of like leaving the phones open a little bit.
Yeah, not too
because
bad.
I can talk to people, and then the other thing is, when people are dicks, we usually know fairly close, and you don't have to talk to them.
No,
you're like, you're a dick. See you later.
See ya.
It's our show. Seth, this guy seems like a dick. Should we get rid of him?
Nah, let's hear him out.
Oh, okay, thanks. It's probably one of your friends. All right, let me. This is the.
It's a magnet test.
So we've got a couple Cybertrucks here, and
Yeah, let me. We don't even have to do our own. They do it for you.
Yeah.
Want to be careful not to scratch this. Wow, maybe that's because there's bracketry or something behind it. Let's try it maybe somewhere else. I don't want to let it smack down, but it's sticking pretty good. So this is a unique stainless steel. Tesla mentioned that they specially formulated it. But there is some iron content. This has definitely got some magnetism to it. I thought that was interesting.
What, Dan?
Iron is a component of steel. I mean, it's treated iron essentially, but a lot of stainless steel isn't. And it would be stupid for this not to be magnetic because it's such a big advertising platform that I'm sure a lot of people want to put magnets on these things, like big magnetic stickers.
Rainbow Rick. As soon as I give him the dimensions, will be able to tell me whether these can stick on your Cybertruck
I'm sure
or not.
they will.
'Cause I'm sure he does. He does magnetic signs for a lot of different places, and I'm sure there's been some stainless steel applications.
Do you want something, Dan, that promotes like your office and promotes, like maybe the new hair thing that you have? Or
Yes, I would consider doing that. And I was, again,
Dan,
I've
we
had
can
this
have
for 3 or 4 days.
we can have multiple. Like it doesn't have to. Like we can only have to slap the Bubba Army stickers on it when we're doing Bubba Army stuff. But other than that,
I could get some others.
You really should have a set of law stickers for it. Magnets, I should say.
Right.
You should have a set of law magnets for it. You should have some hair restoration, Diaco Plastic Surgery Center USA on it. All of that.
Yes, I agree.
Because it's such an attention getter. It really is, and it just screams. It has all these flat surfaces.
It screams advertise on me.
It screams advertise me, bitch.
Yeah. The only problem is that then they'll know that who's that asshole that just keeps running through the traffic.
Yeah, when you drive, Dan, please realize that when
differently.
you're driving it, you got a billboard on the side.
Like, how'd you know that was me? Your name was
You might
on
get
the
a call
side.
and be like, you know what, sir? Hello, Plastic Surgery Institute, Dan Diaco in USA. Yeah, I was thinking about taking my wife to get new jugs because I heard Dr. Diaco is absolutely the best in the entire state of Florida, maybe the world. But I just got cut off by this Cybertruck that had Diaco Plastic Surgery Institute USA, and so I am not coming because I'm a big Mustang 5-liter fan. So I'm gonna get some.
I can't believe that guy drives a Cybertruck.
I'm gonna get some cut rate jugs for my wife because your doctor drives a Cybertruck.
Yeah, I'm going to the doctor that drives a Mustang.
Lummy, if we were to go through, I don't know if I agree with this. I forget who sent this to me, but Pro Football Talk 2024 playoff predictions.
Oh, I sent that yesterday, man. I couldn't believe the.
I couldn't either.
I can't believe Baltimore got laughed at.
I can't, Seth. I don't agree with this.
Look, I don't know, man. I'm too close to the situation with a couple of these teams in the NFC, so it's hard for me to pick.
Well, first of all, you're mad because the Bears aren't even in there.
Well, I don't look. The Bears are fine. Take expectations off the Bears because they're only going to disappoint. But it's just interesting to see those two teams in the NFC Championship game.
I got them. How about the Commanders making the playoffs?
That's kind of a stretch.
No, hold on. Yeah, not a stretch. I mean, They're coming out of nowhere. Are they?
I mean, unless they're rookie quarterbacks.
Did they revamp and do a lot of trades? And they did?
Oh, yeah.
Who's their quarterback?
Jaden Daniels at LSU.
Oh, okay. I mean, are they saying that he's had a good preseason and he could be all that in a bag of chips?
He's supposed to be.
So he won the Heisman.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, still
so they got in the NFC in the first round. Detroit, Philly, 5-4 seeds with Detroit beating Philly. Then they got Washington Commanders taking on the Bucks. Lummy, that would be a Bucks home game right during BARP again, would it not?
Sure would.
Probably. So you better lock in onto that 119 rate while you can, right?
Yes.
They got the Bucks beating the Commanders. Then they got Seattle and San Fran. San Fran, the number 2 seed. They got the Packers at 1. I think that's a little stretch. I think we'll probably know more about that tonight with San Fran taking on the Bucks. In the divisional playoffs, Packers taking on the Lions. Packers beat the Lions, and Bucks beat San Fran. Packers and San Fran in Lambeau for the NFC Championship game. Packers make it through. On the AFC side, first round, Ravens and Bengals. Second round, continuing the first round, Colts and Buffalo. Jim Harbaugh's Chargers and the Texans, and they got the Bengals coming through that. They got the Bengals and the Chargers making it through the first round. Chargers take on KC. Bengals take on Buffalo. Buffalo and KC in the AFC Championship. KC making it to the Super Bowl against Green Bay, and the Packers getting beat. Kansas City, what would it be, a three-peat?
Yes.
Would it be a three-peat? Where is the Super Bowl this year?
New
Orleans.
Yeah.
Packers are the last Super Bowl they won. No, I take that back. They played Pittsburgh and beat them, but I don't think it was in New Orleans. But the Packers did play the Patriots. I mean, that was what the infamous Razor 86 Razor.
Yeah, Andre Rison. Packers, Patriots, Super Bowl 31. When Desmond Howard ran two back. Was it him?
Yeah. So they got the Packers and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Oh.
I don't know.
The fix is in. The Chiefs are going to definitely be in the Super Bowl.
So you're saying you watched a little bit of the game last night and you can already tell the fix is in?
Oh, you can see it.
Seth, did you see
and
this?
they showed Taylor Swift, constantly. And
they should. They should.
They should.
They should. Yes.
She looked awesome last night.
God, those boots that she was wearing. I got to tell you, man, call me a little bitch. Say that I'm on estrogen replacement, but I'm kind of become a Swiftie. I mean, she's got the it factor. You know what?
Well, you're not a Swiftie if you think she's hot. I mean, you gotta.
Well, hold on.
Wait. You can't be a Swiftie and think she's hot?
You can't be a Swiftie and think she's attractive?
I'm saying you're not defined as a Swiftie because you want to bang her.
I like her music.
Okay, then
I like her swagger.
There you go.
I like how she's established herself as the biggest star in the world.
Welcome to the club.
And I think she's attractive.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think at that point, the three things that I give her credit for outside of her sexuality makes me a Swiftie bitch about to get mines.
You're in.
I mean, she is if you look at over the years in our lifetime and you start with, like, let's say Elvis, and then you go to the Beatles, and then you go to, Madonna, Michael Jackson, she is that.
So where do you go after Michael Jackson and Madonna? I guess you have to go to Mariah Carey, and then you have to go to Rihanna.
I don't think Mariah Carey or Rihanna are even close to what Taylor Swift is.
Except for Rihanna's done more than Taylor Swift. Well, in some criteria.
She's had a 10 or 12 year head start.
Right.
But when it's all said and done, Rihanna won't be able to touch Taylor Swift's records.
Probably not.
I'm just saying.
Well,
Rihanna's
got like $1 billion, like a cosmetic company that she was able to. I don't even think she
Taylor
makes music.
Swift wipes her ass with $1 billion on the last tour. I'm just telling you.
In the 2000s, Britney Spears was pretty big.
Yeah,
for a while.
but she's
nobody played a stadium though. Like NSYNC played stadiums back then, but
I'm just saying, like, NSYNC would go to an NFL football game and they might casually mention that NSYNC's there. But I mean, Taylor Swift now is part of programming. I mean, I think they sit down in their programming meetings and go, Swift's going to be here. Make sure we get her on at least 2 times per quarter. Period. It's good for ratings. It's good for the league. It's good for everything.
Well, they were stretching it last night because I think Kelsey only had like 34 yards for 3 catches.
Yeah, they kept showing her.
Yeah, every time he dropped the passes.
Takes heat off Travis. Travis is like, listen, don't forget who brought the bitch to the party. Right?
I do love seeing her happy, though.
I do too. I think if you're a guy and you're like, man, I don't NFL, Taylor Swift, then you know what? You just don't understand marketing or promotion because this is so good for the sport. Just like Caitlin Clark is good for the NBA. Because you know what? There are some people, some Swift fans that probably are starting to maybe get introduced for the first time into the NFL brand because their iconic pop culture hero goes to the game and is dating one of the most high-profile players. There's no way.
It's not just some, Bubba. It's hundreds of thousands, if not millions.
Exactly.
It's huge. It's a huge number.
No way.
I still don't like it, but I understand it.
It's so good for the game. It's so good for everything. Yeah. It's good for now. Seth, you being a Swiftie prior to the NFL exposure,
yes,
is it bad for her brand?
No.
Okay. Because you know why it's
nothing could be, but she is at a point where nothing is bad for her brand. She could come out and endorse somebody for president, and it wouldn't affect her ticket sales at all.
But she's too smart for that.
Well, she might, but she said.
Has she had a comment about that?
Yeah, when the Donald Trump AI pictures came out with her, wearing the MAGA stuff, she said that she will address it at the appropriate time.
Not saying yay or nay, just saying I'll address it.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. Here's why it's not bad for Taylor Swift. Prior to this, prior to her dating, Travis Kelce, prior to her showing up to most of his games, and prior to her looking very attractive and
Hey, great girlfriend, by the way, who's like in another country, like, every other day and still has made it to like almost all of his games. So.
That's true.
I mean,
that's true.
Great girlfriend.
Yeah.
You don't see her out in Paris, doing stupid stuff while Travis has got a game. She's on her G700 making it back so she can sit in the luxury box with Travis's family and cheer on her man. That's a hell of a some bitches will give you a hard time about having to go across town to see you.
So
right?
how much do you think the NFL's paying her?
Nothing.
Really?
Nothing.
Using them in the commercials? You don't think she's getting some kind of cut with all her NIL type?
Nope.
Rights?
They're both just helping each other.
You think so?
Yeah,
You
there's no money exchange. She would scoff at NFL's money.
So how many NFL fans?
The only thing that the NFL should do, and Taylor Swift won't do it. And Seth, you'll be the judge here as to whether I'm wrong or right. The only thing, if I was the NFL, I would be begging her to be the halftime show of the Super Bowl. I don't think she would do it. I don't think her handlers or her brand would necessarily maybe allow it, but they should be begging her to be the halftime.
She is, a lot of people do the halftime shows because they need to pop, but she doesn't need the pop, obviously. But some of them have been just superstars, and so I think that she should do a halftime show at some point in her career.
Seth,
in 5 years when no one cares anymore.
No, it's got to be now.
I agree, it should be now. It may not be, but she would be a great Super Bowl halftime
Seth,
show.
what's your ruling on that? Does she, one, do you think it would be smart for the NFL to do it? And two, do you think she would do it?
I think the NFL is definitely trying to get her to do it. I know she's rejected it once. I don't think that
really?
I don't think she would do it.
I don't either.
Why?
Because she's
beneath her?
I don't think they could ever give her, Dan, like
She's there anyway.
I'm spitballing. I don't think they could ever give her the production that she fully needs to maybe make it what she wants it to be.
You think they could do her setup in 20 minutes?
I don't know.
They only got 20 minutes. You got 20 minutes to have the whole world set up.
Here's the deal, though. You are dealing with...
Look, I know Michael Jackson and all these other people did. I'm just saying, like, I feel like with what she brings to the table, I don't know if that
I think the NFL say, listen, Taylor, you tell us, you're the people that do all of your stage production, and we'll pay for it. We got to make it a 20-minute show, but all the bells and whistles and those things where you pop out in the middle of the stage and all the holograms and all the things that you need. Money's no. Listen,
all that satanic stuff.
I think that
they'd have to have the Super Bowl at a Taylor Swift concert, Bubba.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com
right now.
The Bubba the Love Sponge show will be back after this.
Contract with Coke.
Oh, and Pepsi?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Pepsi's the halftime show. Macho.
So that explains it.
Or is that just an excuse?
That just a bullshit.
Yeah, send me your team and the points you got last night.
Okay.
I know Travis Kelce. We must have some other players besides.
Well, we had the Ravens on the bench, but we still got points for him being on the bench.
Send
We
it
had
to
the
me.
Ravens defense.
Will you send it to me?
It said I'm second in standing.
Huh?
It was second in standing.
Send me your
Okay.
Michael man.
You walking and all that?
Why are you so bad? You look big.
Hope it'll be 220 this Saturday.
Look symmetric. That's what you gotta tell it.
I'm gonna hold the door.
That's what you gotta tell Macho Man. He looks symmetric.
Oh, the ladder's coming out.
He looks a little asymmetrical, I'd say. It looks like his left arm's a little big. Maybe he got pinched in a door or something.
Hey, do we have a tape measure? We don't have a tape measure.
What?
I want to measure the Cybertruck panels.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I gotta go pee, all right? Can you handle this?
Yeah.
You got it?
I got YouTube.
All right.
I got YouTube. It's just me and YouTube. Hi, YouTube.
All right.
Now listen, with the Linkin Park deal, should I play the original and compare it to this one?
I mean, I think it's going to be tough to compare anybody to Chester, but I mean, yeah, you could pull it up.
Okay.
I think it's crawling.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is. The thing about it is, you've almost set yourself that nobody could ever do it.
Well, right, but she's got a good voice. Like I like the fact that they went with a girl. A dude would have automatically been shit on.
Right.
So,
I guess you get less heat with a girl.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm getting ready for everything. All right.
Central Florida Fishing Channel, $5 in super chat. Thank you. Let's go there, Mitch. Where's that go?
I'm supposed to be monitoring YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Almost 1,000 of you peoples. 186 thumbs. 1 minute left. I'm on a Reverb Willie. Hi. Brian. Organic Gene. Triple X Gaming. Jeff. Steve the Grumpy Old Man. Lummy Buck comes in with a hundo on motherfucking PayPal. Gonna have to give him some fucking love. I might just think I should just get Super Beats out of the way.
Yes, sir.
You have or
No, I haven't.
I'll see how unique.
Yeah, here's a first baseman glove, catcher's glove.
Every position.
Yeah. This caught the third out of the 1978 World Series.
You know, it's funny because I showed it my father-in-law. I played baseball.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. All at the Bubba Army. Now returns.
Check it out. Just laid it right on down there. Big purple-headed veinted.
Damn.
Wow.
See you in January.
That's cray.
See you in at BARP Highway 73, and everybody in YouTube chat. Thank Highway 73 for his unbelievable donation, helping the show stay on the air.
So the cutoff is the 13th or the 15th. What's your cutoff? I'm not trying to squirrel you. I just want you to remind everybody.
I think isn't it
15th?
It's the 15th.
Yeah, 15th.
By the way, today, probably next hour, or maybe the last hour of the show, is the day. This show right here. We announce the 12 Hall of Famers.
Woo!
That seems to be the number, Lummy, that I'm going to put in every year is 12.
12? Perfect.
Because that takes up exactly 2 shelves. Because each shelf can fit 6 busts. And so 2 obviously would be 12.
Are we going to start BARP with Lift Every Voice with song?
What?
Like we started the game last night.
The Black National Anthem.
No, I don't think we're playing the Black National. I don't think we do anything.
Dr.
I
Dan,
think last year, you want to play it on your guitar like you're Eddie Van Halen?
Yeah, why not?
No,
It was
not.
funny. It was fun.
No,
it's a good way to bring things up. You said we were going to do it again.
It's just another thing we got to plug in and worry about working. I just need Macho Man to make sure we got background music and a PA. I don't need guitar whammy situation and the Marshall amps and all that kind of deal.
Anybody in this room get in the Hall of Fame this year?
What do you mean?
Seth was putting up for Dr. Dan.
Seth, if you work here, you can't. You're not.
Whoa, Michael Rucker, $2,000 on the Cash App.
That probably puts him over the edge.
There you go.
Congratulations, man. That's an awesome day. Look at that. Today.
Everybody's
got you
getting-
$5K today.
Wait, is this the Dr. Dan Friday day?
Yeah, this is Friday Dan money.
I'm looking at my list. Lemmy, does that put him over the deal? Probably does.
I think so. Yeah.
That or he's going to lay down another $4.
I mean, with $2,000, he's good, right? You're not going to tell the guy he can't come if he just gives you two.
No, it's $2,400 now.
20. Okay, all right, fine.
Jesus,
sorry.
Is it going up to
Giving
25 next year?
I didn't know. I just feel like I feel like two is good.
Tell him Seth and get $400 off.
20%.
Yeah, I'll smash Seth in the mouth. He starts laying that kind of rhetoric down the.
I would hate turning away a guy that's given $2,000.
I would hate for a guy to get that close and not get to go. I'm just saying.
Right, me too.
If you lay down $2, man, what's the extra $4 to make sure you're here, buddy?
It's a week's worth of groceries.
I mean, it's like, the price is the price. I mean, it's non-negotiable.
All right, it's non-negotiable. I get you. I got you.
I know you're a hell of a negotiator.
I'm not at all.
So Highway 73, and who was the other guy, Lemmy?
Michael Rucker.
Michael Rucker. Thank you so much, guys. As today we will announce the 12 Hall of Famers. Lemmy, it was so hard because I have my list right here, and there are so many people that are so deserving to be in the Hall of Fame, but I can only pick 12. But I got a list of everybody. I got a list of the 12, and then I got a list of people that God, I wish I could put in 40.
Is Big Red's bicep on that list?
No.
That'll be a new screen name, though, that I'm sure that person will end up getting in the Hall of Fame at some point in their career.
Big Red's bicep?
Yeah, Big Red's torn bicep.
Yeah. Poor thing.
Oh, God.
I mean, when Big Red's listening, can you have him?
Yeah, I sent him a text.
Let me $30. From Eric Heary. Is that is that a screen name or is that just Eric Heary?
It's just Eric Heary.
That's Eric Heary. Big Red, if you're listening, call in, and maybe that's Big Red right there. I want to know how bad he's hurt and
how much he's suing us for,
and how much I getting sued for. Is that going to stop his ability to be my personal chef at the Orlando Content House? And does your wife even hate me more now? Because you do a lot of odd. I mean, listen, Lummy, he does everything around here. Big Red is pretty much the general contractor of the building.
Yeah, I have a feeling that he probably didn't get out of the hospital until probably after 12, so he might be still sleeping.
Yeah, I'm sure he had late night.
I'm sure his wife, she's already.
It's I can understand that part of it. She probably does hate you for this one.
Yeah.
Because this would not have happened were it not for,
and she's such a good person, and I love her so much.
She's not a fan.
But listen, her screen name is Not a Fan.
so she's not a fan.
I've given her even more reason.
Not Big Red.
Thank God.
But she's part of only the 6 jugs that show up for 199s, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That could be. I put into that.
Hi, who's this?
Hey guys.
By the way, the next.
Well, you were talking.
The next 199 Lummy is not this Friday, but next. Next Friday is the next Bubba 199, which will be the last one for you to qualify for BARP. Yeah, who's this? Go ahead, buddy.
Bob. Hey, Bubba, you were talking last Clem and Kush about how to potentially take the show to another level. And when I'm listening, I know that what I would like you guys to do is to go more than 32 minutes every time.
I can't.
I mean, get into the show,
sir.
And a lot of
a
lot of times you guys spend that.
Are you talking about? Hold on. Are you talking about Clem and Kush going longer?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's your best show, or that's what you guys said in the episode, and you just cut us short, and 80% of the time is taken up talking about the logistics of other shows rather than getting into the hard-hitting stuff, which you both said you think that people like.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, me too.
So
we'll make immediate changes for you, okay, bud?
There you go.
Thank you. It's just easier that way, Seth.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob. I mean, me and Seth need to go longer. You'll get a 33-minute show next week. Seth, put a 33-minute timer on the bitch. At 34, we're out.
Just gonna hang a big no comment on that one.
Why? Are you co-signing with the guy?
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
What are your thoughts when you say no
let's
comment?
dig deeper.
Yeah, I mean, are you mad at me? Are you mad at him? Are you like what's your overall mindset with regards to that last fast phone call?
I think it's tough to complain about a free podcast after a guy's just done 4 hours on the radio, and how we position this Clement Kush that we're probably going to start doing it once a month because we haven't been able to give everybody what they've been expecting.
Right, and here's the deal, man. I mean, like the show is not necessarily about anything. I mean, it could literally be about, the most stupid stuff in the world. It's just him and I BSing a little bit.
We have a time limit here because we're on the radio and we're doing a podcast. It's just we go until Bubba's done with it.
Yeah.
So we did 2 hours a couple of weeks ago.
We did?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I need to find out what I was on that day.
It was Craig and Rio came in. You talked to them for an hour.
Yeah, okay. They brought the best of
But it's
me
like,
out.
you'll bring up the 32-minute episode, but you won't bring up the 2-hour one.
Yeah, great point. You bring up the 32-minute one, sir, but you don't say, you guys have pulled some brilliance out of your ass a few times and gone long, and I really, really appreciated that. No, it's always negative. Always negative. Never positive. There's so many good things that we do. Jesus, unappreciative son of a bitches.
There you go.
Just like yesterday when I cut a promo on that guy. I need to get a little bit more old school Bubba meaner where I'm cutting promos on people.
I think that's going to help with the callers.
Yeah. It's like, whatever, man. Me and Seth, you're lucky that me and Seth even do anything. I mean, I'm just saying. Asshole. Anyway, Lummy, this is.
I don't know, but I don't know what you did before I got here. But I think you set up. There's an expectation of like an after show every day, and an expectation that it goes a certain amount of time. Because that's never been how the podcast is. But I think whenever you used to do after shows, I don't know how frequently you did them, but I think that's what everybody expects.
Yeah, at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, and this guy says he was bitching about a 32-minute one when normally our template's been like 30. So Jesus, sir, cut us a little bit of a break. And not only that, Clement Kush, yes, is a good show within our podcasting world, but we have a lot of other shows that have a different and complete different feel than Clement Kush, and give some of those a shot. I mean, we got Operation Pigmentation, which, by the way, Lummy.
Yes.
I've been told.
Oh.
That Operation Pigmentation, and this goes to the great Warthog, who had the mindset and forward thinkingness of signing a bunch of what we do up for the 2024 Creative Loafing Best of the Bay Awards. And it's been brought to my attention that Operation Pigmentation is a finalist.
Awesome.
Yes. And that 3 or 4 other categories, they won't tell me much more than that, 3 or 4 other categories were finalists, which means we're down to, there's 3. When they say finalists, that means there's a winner and a second and a third place. That's kind of how they do the awards. And we are, I don't know that we've won, but we're finalists in 4 categories.
That's awesome.
So
is it an honor just to be honored? Because
I think so.
I'm not feeling that I want the podcast to go all the way.
Well,
I want you want everything to go all the way.
They will not tell me. I'm sorry, Seth. I can't call in demand that they tell me we won or not. But they did say, and if you look at Lummy, just the best podcasting category.
Yes,
I think there might have been 10, 12.
Yeah, there's probably about 10. I think there's about 10 of them.
And so we know what we're top 3. Now, the award ceremony for the Creative Loafing 2024 Best of the Bay is at the Hard Rock Casino on, I think, the Wednesday, the 25th of September of this month. And
we going?
I think we are. I think we are.
All right.
So, and Dan, you're nominated for 2 categories. I think Best nip tuck, and best cosmetic plastic surgeon. And I think Diaco Law is nominated for best law firm. I know Babyface was nominated for
best attorney,
best single attorney, like not firm but attorney. So we got a lot. I know we had like best couple, best mover and shaker, best networker, best radio show, best radio personality, best couple
video,
best video guy, filmmaker, best podcast, best person to follow on Twitter. By the way, Lemmy, I am so thankful to Warthog. He's the guy that got all this going. Thank you so very much. So I was contacted by the guy yesterday, and he's like, I can tell you this. You're finalists, and what he looked at. He's going to get back to me today, Lummy, because I didn't know all the categories we were on, and I'm going to give him the rest of the categories. But he's like, from what he can see, we are finalists in 4 categories.
Nice.
And it could be more. So it's $50 a ticket. Everybody has to let me know.
Oh,
it's $50 a ticket. Everybody has to let me know because I'll pay. The company will pay for it for us to go. And what if we win? Wouldn't that be so cool?
Matt Hoxie, 25.
Wouldn't that be so cool in the fact that we don't really have a big terrestrial radio, sexy FM signal that everybody else does. All we have is grinding, digital, podcasting, our digital world we live in, from our YouTube to our X, to our Facebook, to our podcast. By the way, approaching our 7 millionth download, Seth?
Yes.
Yeah, which we might hit like Tuesday.
Babyface is on the warm line.
Babyface.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Good.
17,000 away.
17,000.
Yeah, so we'll have that by Monday.
So I talked to the creative loafing guy, and he said that the only thing that I can say, but he won't tell me if I won or not. But he did say that there were 4 categories that we were finalists in. He said I can say that. So we're at least top 3 in 4 different categories.
And I was informed by the same guy I'm a finalist for best attorney.
So would that make 5? Would that make 5 categories in?
For the Bubba Army that we know of.
Yeah.
But I wanted to call in, and I don't know if he's local or what his deal is, but I wanted to offer to purchase a pair of VIP tickets for Warthog and a +1. I don't know if there's a Mrs. Hog or not.
A Mrs. Warthog.
But I wanted to recognize his effort in spearheading this, number 1, and number 2, pimping it out every day, reminding everybody. It was my reminder to do it. And so I wanted to offer to buy him 2 of the VIP tickets to the event if he wanted.
And then do you have an opinion on Dan's Cybertruck? Everybody else does.
I mean, it's a cute toy for, that I think every little boy drew a truck like that when they were young. And
yeah, Bubba, this is a guy that doesn't listen to you. This is the guy that doesn't listen to you. The rule was he's not supposed to call on the show if he's not on the show on these days. He's going to call in and give me grief. So this is a bunch of crap. This is a bunch of crap. Boy doesn't listen.
Dan.
Yes.
Dan.
First of all, I didn't call to give you grief, Dan.
Whoa, everybody. This is me.
This is about the war.
Hello. I'm going to turn everybody's microphone off until you let me speak. Then I'll throw the T-bone in the middle, and you two can fight for it. But let me speak first. 1, Dan, you're wrong, because the rule with Brian is if we're talking sports more than 5 minutes or something that he's related to, he can call in. So this is that. He's obviously tied closely. He's a candidate, as you are too. So that gives him standing to call in. And then the other thing is I brought up the Cybertruck and asked him in question form his opinion. He didn't bring it up. I did.
True.
So Brian's call is legitimate. Now, you guys can sit here and fight all you want, but realize that his call is a legitimate inbounds legal call.
Okay.
Brian, do you like how I scored that, Brian?
I think it's fair. I'm calling in to give a loyal listener, $250 of free tickets to an event. I think that's something that would be wanted on the radio show. But
that's Dan's Cybertruck charging budget for next month.
I can't imagine it's that much to charge those things. That's the whole point of it, right? Is you save money on fuel.
Yes, that's not the whole point of it.
Yeah.
That's one point. That my point is it's super fun to drive. I like driving it.
I think listen. I would love to be in a position where, like my sister's Tesla, I would love to be in a position where I have a truck that burns gas and creates a carbon footprint and doesn't really care about the environment.
Right.
I like having that.
A carbon footprint that you could be proud of.
Right. I used to have a plane that probably produced a lot of carbon fiber. You were my partner in on it. But I also like the fact that I can plug my car in and make it drive it probably. What's the range on that? Honest to God, like maybe 250, 300.
320.
Driving it at 70, 80 miles an hour, something like that.
A little over 300.
So, theoretically, I could make it to the track and back on a charge. It's only 110 miles. So,
I just didn't take Dan as a communist sympathizer. I don't know why he wants to have all of his money going to China for those lithium-ion plant, mines.
It's an American-made car. It's Elon Musk makes it.
Mined. China owns all of the lithium supply in the world. They are that's the corrupt deal with our government on electric vehicles, and why hydrogen fuel cell technology didn't prevail, even though it's a better, cheaper, more sustainable technology. It's because we made a dirty deal with the Chinese.
So anyway, I got Red's Bicep, better known as Mushroom Mitch, that came in at 25 on the PayPal. Nice. And then I got Matthew David Johnson that came in on 20 on the PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. Thank you very much, including a Highway 73 or whatever the hell his name is.
Highway 73.
Highway 73 on YouTube, laying out a big purple-headed veined 2400 right there. Thank you so much, my friend.
With the Michael Rucker 2000.
So
I'm just glad I'm able to employ children.
So anyway, Babyface, congratulations on being a finalist. I'm a finalist.
Thank you.
The show would be now in 5 different categories. He's not told me what categories we're finalists in. Looks like we know one is your best lawyer, and the guy Anthony is going to give me a list today on other potential, he didn't know all of our lists. And so I'll have a better understanding. And by the way, I think we're all going too. So we'll see. And Dan, are you going?
Yes.
Okay. So Dan's going. And I think your entire firm's going. I think Regina, Tom, your paralegal, the front desk girl. Don't you guys got another lawyer up in there somewhere?
We got a bunch of lawyers. We've got like 5 of us now at the firm. We opened it up to everybody at the firm to do as kind of like a firm outing, type of thing. So everybody jumped on it. So we'll be taking everybody from the firm to it.
All right, my
man.
And then
there's a standing invite to Mr. and Mrs. Warthog to join the Matroni.
Right. So, Lummy, if we can get a hold of
if he wants to reach out to me on Twitter and just direct message me on Twitter or whatever, or just tweet at me, and I will get them a pair of tickets.
Lummy, get a hold of Warthog in case he's not listening, and tell him to get a hold of Babyface, because Babyface has got him 2 tickets for the event, which is happening Wednesday, the 25th of this month at the Hard Rock.
Will do.
Babyface. All right, guys, take care. Congrats, Seth, on that podcast finalist. That's pretty awesome.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
See you later, bud.
Neil Mount Plaisir, $10 super chat. Go Pack Go.
Tonight's the big game. Pack are underdogs, are they not? What is it, minus? What is the Pack?
It was -2 as of this morning, so I can double check.
I gotta get into a little bit of that, and I don't know why. I hope this is the last year that the NFL even thinks about going to Brazil.
Yeah,
and
Packers are 2+.
Let's stick with.
Oh, I thought you were going to try to cancel Friday night games because I hope this is a thing.
No. I think Friday night games. Listen,
they could say screw high school football, man. We're playing on Friday night.
Yeah, I mean they're like, listen, the guy that only Bubba Clem is going to try to watch both. I'll be watching the Warsaw Tigers. Warsaw Tigers have the Goshen. I don't think they're the Redskins anymore. Maybe they're I don't know what. Well, I mean, when I was growing up, they were always the Goshen Redskins.
Oh, my school was named the Redskins too.
That was the team that Rick Meyer played for, and his dad coached the Goshen Redskins. I don't know what their team mascot is now.
Looks like they're the Red Hawks.
Oh, they're the Red Hawks. Warsaw hosts the Goshen Red Hawks. Warsaw will kill them. So I'll be watching both games. I'll have my laptop off in my lap watching the Warsaw game, and I'll have my TV on watching the Packer game.
Nice.
But you know what? The NFL would be smart, Seth, because they've now spread their programming across what? Like 10 different platforms? I mean, you got
as far as streaming it.
I mean, no. As far as like
the days.
As far as networks that are hosting or showing an NFL football game, you got NBC, you got ESPN, you got CBS, you got Fox, you got Amazon, you got NFL Network, you got. And then now you got to help me sprinkle in the new stuff that's coming.
I feel like you got them all.
So the game tonight's going to be on which one?
Peacock.
Tonight's Peacock.
So last night was just regular old Channel 8, right? Right, NBC.
Yes.
Yeah, last night was regular NBC. So Seth, you're right. Fridays could be Peacock. Everybody gets a piece of the pie. That's why Goodell makes $75 million a year, because he brilliantly and strategically made his product. I mean, think of any other.
Well, look, Bubba, they're spreading it out over different days and over different countries.
Yes.
I mean, just show you what they're doing with the product.
But think of any other entity that's sport. Let's just go ahead and narrow it down to sport. Think of any other sport that has this much distribution.
F1 racing.
No.
Bigger.
No.
Yep.
Nope.
Internationally.
Nope.
Yes, sir.
We already checked it out.
Really?
Yep.
The NFL has more people in a week than Formula One racing.
Watching TV?
Yes.
Let me look it up. We'll come back and we'll either face Dan or profusely apologize, much like the way people feel about his goddamn Cybertruck.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Probably 3.
Probably 50.
Okay, well, when you're wrong,
That's not
you can apologize.
Exactly.
When I'm wrong,
15 or 20, though.
I'll apologize.
What do you think Rod Stewart's doing right now?
Sleeping. I would be.
I'm gonna probably have to blast some of his greatest hits on the way home today. Get in the mood for this game tonight.
Lummy. He left.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What up, Brian?
Super beats. Okay.
Yes, sir.
No more free turmeric.
It's 15% off. Goodness.
Big Red brought me a couple of cards too. I gotta thank him and wish him a healthy recovery. The double text. Should we send him a fruit basket?
Probably.
Should we send him some of the pork that he made us?
Send it back to him.
I got that.
We made a sandwich for you.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was an insane throw Lamar Jackson had last night. They should have just given it to him.
He is such a fucking stud.
He's really gotten better every year.
He has. His athleticism stayed the same, but his ability to read defenses and to check down has gotten so good.
They said, I guess his teammates said he's been even faster because he dropped some weight in the offseason.
Oh, okay.
So really, they said he's even fucking tough.
But he's got the fucking ability to really quickly realize when the pocket's fucking, and he just gets the fuck
but
out.
It's impressive because his completion percentage is so good.
Mm-hmm. He's in the 60s.
And for the first couple years of his career, he didn't have any receivers.
Really?
Yeah, he really only had Mark Andrews. And now they've drafted Rashad Bateman in the first round, Zay Flowers.
I mean, he is quick.
No, he's great. Bill Polian said he should have been a wide receiver. That was the scouting report on him coming out of college.
He played for Louisville, did he?
Yeah. Didn't they whip FSU one year, like, out of nowhere? Like, they put like 60 or 70 points or something.
International numbers.
Well, I mean, who we got on the game tonight, man? I wouldn't bet a game in Brazil.
Packers?
You bet the Packers?
Yeah. Go, Pack, go.
Oh, bullshit. You're just saying that because Bubba's here. No way you're picking against the Eagles.
Go, Pack, go.
Man, are we close to a beard situation with you, or have you been doing it at home?
I've been just trimming it. You told me to trim it myself.
I'm not trimming it no more?
You told me not to worry about it when we didn't have those after shows.
Let's let it go wild until the content house, Bubba, and then you could cut it by the poolside.
I don't want to get it go wild.
Yeah.
I'm not letting it go wild.
What?
I'm not looking homeless with my beard.
Lummy.
Yeah.
You already got the homeless look, Lummy. We're just going for homeless.
I keep it trimmed now. This is like the most I've gone without it keep it trimmed.
You look like a fake homeless guy.
It's hot outside, man. I'm not.
It's not near. It doesn't look near as good as when I do it.
Well, no. Like I said, I haven't done it in a couple weeks.
I like Lummy standing up for himself. He's like, no, I'm not throwing it out.
I think that we can just tape it.
Okay.
Tape his beard or tape
me fixing it. Bubba's Beauty Shop. Bubba Sassoon.
Oh man, my stomach's eating itself.
Wish mine would.
Fuck.
If my stomach ate itself, it would never fuck. It would be like a Pac-Man. It'd never stop. You'd never get to the end.
That Miss Pac-Man would have to come help you.
The Orlando Content House Shindig. It's going to be a bunch of dudes doing stuff dudes do. Happening November 15th and 16th. If you want to come see this freak show, email us orlando@BubbaArmyHQ.com. Let the crew know if you want to be registered for Friday Night Fight Night. Orlando@BubbaArmyHQ.com. The BTLS show now returns.
Fall can be a stressful season. And stress leads to feeling drained, and to maintain your energy levels and your heart healthy routine, it's best to avoid relying on stimulants. Superbeat Heart Chews offer a convenient, delicious, plant-based way to support heart-healthy blood pressure and circulation. Enjoy a heart-healthy boost without the jitters. Paired with a healthy lifestyle, the unique antioxidants and the antioxidant compound in Superbeats, they're clinically shown to be nearly 2 times more effective at promoting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle in itself. Heart healthy energy without the crash, effective and clinically studied key ingredients, and a convenient way to support healthy blood pressure, individually wrapped so that you can take them on the go. You can double your potential with Superbeat Heart Chews. Get a free 30-day supply of Superbeat Heart Chews on all bundles, plus 15% off your first order by going to getsuperbeats.com and you use promo code BUBBA. That's Superbeats, BEETS. GetSuperbeats.com. Promo code Bubba. What a huge day today on PayPal. My Lord, Lummy. John Costica with a hundo. Highway 73 with 24 hundo. Just huge. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. People trying to get their BARP money in. That's due by the 15th of this month. Hello, who's this?
Bubba.
Yes.
What in the hell was that? Hey, so just wanted to call you. One of those distribution channels we got to add Telemundo.
You mean my show be broadcast on Telemundo?
No, for NFL.
Your NFL list.
Oh, for NFL. Okay, yeah. There you go.
Dr. Dan won, so it doesn't even.
Oh, it doesn't even matter.
No.
All right, fellas.
All right, buddy. See you later. Bye. We lost.
Yeah, we lost on both parts.
Tell me more. Give me the stats as to how bad we lost and how profusely I have to apologize to the great one.
Well, every single country has a station that plays F1 overall. It says that if you go over overall fans, F1 has 430 million fans around the world, while NFL has 410. On TV,
well, that's a push.
On TV viewership, the F1 has on each event 87.4 million, where the NFL sees around 15 to 18 million.
All right, Dan. You know what? I profusely apologize, but I do happen to be a proponent of your Cybertruck. So thank you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
I am one of the very few in this building that really, really like your Cybertruck and want to drive it around with my magnetic signs. So
I gave him a vote of confidence, but I gave it to him on the phone off the air yesterday. I said I cannot embrace this on the air.
Can you imagine, though? Can you imagine if... But hold on. Can you imagine if he would loan it to you for a day and you go pick up little Sammy in the car line with that?
I mean,
like, would you be the coolest dad in the world or the douchiest dad in the world?
I would feel very, very cool because much like Dan, I like causing a scene. I like when people dislike me, especially in the car line where I feel like I run the whole damn school.
Right.
So yeah, I would love that.
And that's with your '87 Ford Hemi.
Oh my God,
right.
yes.
I mean, you roll up with a $2,450,000 Cybertruck Willie.
I pull up Ford Fusion, windows down, blasting Eminem.
Right.
I mean, I look
hitting
like
the vape pen.
I look like the special needs uncle they let out to go pick up, her niece that day.
The special needs uncle that they let out of the loony farm to come pick up their niece that day.
That's right.
Like Little Miss Sunshine.
So anyway, I mean,
she loves the Cybertruck. By the way, I showed her the video of us going for a ride on YouTube, and then she made a video for Dan talking about how she wants to go for a ride in that.
It was really cute. Yes.
Sammy approved. Who else? I don't care who else hates it.
He said chicks and kids love it. What more do you need?
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
I mean, chicks and kids, and then dudes that got better bodies and look better than you hate it, which is exactly...
That's about 4 people.
Well, in your case, Dan, yes. In my case, most men. So if I'm driving around, most men probably think I'm a douche, but chicks and kids like it. And at the end of the day, as a regularly wired man, that's all I really care about.
Right, you're not trying to impress macho. You're trying to impress chicks and kids.
I want kids to think I'm cool, and I want chicks to think I'm cool.
Right.
Taylor Swift, it is, and they're having a fun conversation. We were just having a conversation.
This is last night's coverage of Taylor Swiftness. How many times the NFL made reference to her? Was there a count? Was it 7? How many times?
I'll double check.
Derrick Henry in the offseason signing that it was.
So there's 1. This would be 2.
The booth, Taylor Swift making an appearance.
And by the way, she looks good as hell.
Do you have her walking in last night, Bubba, or should I send that to you?
No, I think I have it.
Okay.
I think I have it with the red boots.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I mean,
right there, I believe that is Travis Kelce's father, directly to the left of Taylor.
I think there were some local news channels that actually showed her plane landing at the airport, and then
really,
I think there was.
You think in Kansas City they go live when her?
I think so.
Wow.
And here's the deal: let's say that they're not doing that right now. If I'm the Fox affiliate or the ABC affiliate, and I'm trying to get a leg up on pop, I'm trying to be the cool channel. I got a hot chick out there at the airport reporting as her her G650 is, coming in. When they show the president flying into town and they show the president, what is it called, Air Force One, as it's hovering down 1,000, 500, 200, and then we officially have touchdown. The president now officially has landed here at Tampa Airport, and then they show and then they get like a wide shot of all. She's probably got 4 or 5 black SUVs that pick her and her entourage up. And then you show that, and then you show that entourage of
her
SUVs.
Police escort.
Yeah, you show her police escort because she gets one.
Sure.
To the stadium, and then there was Taylor Swift walking in pics, right, Seth? So you show show that too.
When Taylor Swift walks in.
ABC 35, home of your Taylor Swift coming to the ball game station. We don't by the way, we don't have the rights to broadcast the game, but we're going to make it a clown show of Taylor Swift getting to the game.
What?
And more people would probably watch that than the game.
Well, Bubba, maybe they did cover it last night, especially because it was the banner raising ceremony. So maybe that's why they covered it as opposed to just any regular season game.
Game 9.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, it is, and they're having a fun conversation. We were just having a conversation.
By the way, that's Travis.
Kelce.
That's Travis Kelce's father.
Conversation about Derrick Henry in the offseason signing that it was up.
So this might be 3.
In the booth, Taylor Swift making an appearance right there. I believe that is Travis Kelce's father, directly to the left of Taylor Swift. It is, and they're having a fun conversation. We were just having a conversation about Derrick Henry in the offseason signing that it was.
I think he said the same thing 4 times.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did.
There's a couple different sites that said it's somewhere between 10 and 15 times.
This is what Dan, you're often the most critical of women. I don't know why, but you are.
I like Taylor Swift.
That's a pretty sexy look. The red thigh-high boots with the little jean ensemble. That's pretty hot. Is it not? That works for me. Hell yeah!
What? I just had a revelation, and I don't even want to say it because it's
inappropriate.
Gonna irritate you. Yeah.
Well, then if it's good. Is it anti Taylor Swift?
I don't know if it's anti or pro. It's just factual. It's just my theory.
Yeah, well, your theories are usually douchey.
Yeah, so,
I want to hear it.
Is it douchey?
I think I discount it by watching her in the box.
Because
she's drinking, but she looks like she could be pregnant.
What?
She has that look to her, dude.
She's not pregnant.
But she's drinking alcohol. But in that picture, she looks like she could be early pregnant.
She's drinking alcohol.
Is she drinking alcohol, or is that just a Shirley Temple
drink?
A Shirley Temple with a straw?
Dan, stop.
Did you see a beer?
No, I'm just saying she's not pregnant. She's not, and she's not.
Heard it here first, in my opinion.
And she's just because she doesn't have 6-pack abs, Dan.
I didn't say that.
She'd have to cancel a lot of upcoming shows.
Yeah, she had a little Kelce in there. Although it would be pretty hot news if Travis Kelce got her knocked up, would it not be?
Yeah, her boobs look bigger. She just looks a little bigger and has that glow about her.
Here is now. This is what we've. This is obviously a legendary song, sang by a man who's no longer with us, and was one of the greatest frontmen of all times. And I'm talking about Chester Bennington, formerly from Linkin Park, and just some huge hits, a legendary band, a unique vocal style that here's the deal, man. If Linkin Park replaced him with a woman, and I think her name is Emily Armstrong. So Linkin Park, I think is this their first attempt, Seth, since Chester's been gone?
I am pretty sure. I also believe that Mike Shinoda said that they were never going to do anything without Chester.
Right. I remember that. I do see. That's why I asked, because I do remember seeing that. And then I'm like, I don't think that they've done anything. I knew that he said that, and I don't think that they've tried anything. And this is their first attempt to come back. Like, how do you replace Chester Bennington?
I don't think you do.
You
but
don't.
I like the fact that they got a woman to do it.
And but. Remember Journey and Stephen Perry, and nobody ever thought that Journey could ever be Journey without Stephen Perry. And they bring this little Asian dude in,
Filipino guy, and he sounds
Just like him.
In some cases, better.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he almost does a better.
People like Journey now. They like him more now.
Man, Journey, man, that little Filipino dude does a better Stephen Perry than Stephen Perry, because Stephen Perry's old as hell and broke his hip.
Right. Do you think they replace, Steve Tyler now with some young Filipino kid
No,
that can hit those notes?
I don't know. But here's the thing.
Because his vocal cords are broken?
But you have to think, okay, so, obviously Journey would be one, but probably the most famous of all would be AC/DC when Bon Scott died.
Okay.
See, when Bon Scott died, and then they bring in Brian Johnson. And Bon Scott had, one of his biggest hits, A Highway to Hell, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. I mean, they had a huge, AC/DC was well on their way to being AC/DC with their initial singer and Bon Scott. He dies of literally, I think, asphyxiation from honest puke. I think that I think Lummy, if you look it up, let me ask old girl and see what she says. Good morning, Alexa. Just to make sure she's with us. Alexa, hello.
If you're a fan of the Wild Robot book series, this will spark your interest.
No, stop.
The book is being adapted for the big screen.
Alexa, stop. Jesus.
She's so funny.
Hey, Alexa, what did Bon Scott die of?
Bon Scott died on February 19, 1980 at the age of 33 due to asphyxiation.
Yep.
By vomit. So it's where he got so drunk that literally you throw vomit. I mean, now, Dan, how does that work physically?
Usually it's because you're so drunk that you don't protect your airway, and sometimes it's also mixed with something else, like a barbiturate, like a sleeping pill or something like that, and so you don't realize, or a benzodiazepine like Xanax. And
so
you don't realize you're not getting it, and so you're so drunk you can't protect your own airway.
That's what happened.
Yeah, that's plastered.
So think about this, man. So Brian Johnson replaces Bon Scott. Their first album was Back in Black. One of the greatest. I mean, Brian Johnson's first album, and he wrote over. Brian Johnson wrote over half of Back in Black.
Really?
Yes.
So he comes in out of nowhere and writes half the album, and it goes straight up to the top.
And I think
that's amazing.
I think Back in Black might be in the top 5 all-time selling albums of all time.
Certainly, Sammy Hagar didn't do that.
Hey Alexa, how many copies of Back in Black did AC/DC sell? I think it's like 86 million, 54 million. Oh, all right.
Between 54 and 86 million copies.
I don't know. Hey, Alexa. Hey, Alexa. How many copies of Back in Black did AC/DC sell? She's really
The album Back in Black by AC/DC, featuring the late Bon Scott on vocals, sold 50 million copies worldwide. This remarkable success cemented the band's place as one of the biggest acts of all time. The album's title track, Back in Black, became a rock anthem and a staple of the band's setlist for years to come. Did that answer your question?
No, because you're wrong.
She's wrong, but she's right on the 50
Thanks for
million.
your feedback.
Right.
But she's wrong on the Bon Scott.
All right, hold on. She's right. Did I not say 50-some million?
Yes.
Okay, so 50 million copies. Where does it rank all time, Lummy? I'll just go Lummy Bing instead of dumbass Alexa over here.
27. Platinum's the third best-selling album in the United States.
So, Dan, it's the third. Your first album as the brand new lead singer. You write half of it, and it ends up being the third best-selling album of all time in the U.S.
That's amazing.
So, and by the way, Brian is a really good friend of mine, and Lummy, I'm going to start getting more aggressive on getting guests for podcasting.
Oh, nice.
Because we're just going to start doing a little bit more of that, and I'm going to ask Brian.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I really am. Now, here's the legendary Chester Bennington. This is anthem-like. By the way, the chick in this video is just straight fire. Is she
I
not?
know. I love that
Oh
look.
my God, I love that look.
Naughty.
Real naughty. Like one that wants to be maybe a little bit choked out a little bit. Just play the choke out game, you know?
Oh, not afraid of it.
How long ago did he die? Did he die?
2017, I think.
Yeah.
And how did he die?
A suicide.
Suicide.
Oh, sad.
Wasn't it when he was on the road, Seth?
I'm not sure if he was at home or on the road, but I know that he did it, I believe, either on Chris Cornell's birthday or the anniversary of his suicide, because I think they were really good friends.
You're like, man, bro, like, what could be so bad?
Listen to this, Bubba. Listen to his music. Listen to this first album. I mean, he's telling you everything he's going through.
I know. But I lie about stuff, too. I mean, you can lie about stuff you're singing. All right, so that's Chester. We're all very familiar with him.
And that's one of the biggest albums of all time, Hybrid Theory.
Yeah, it is. I think it's top 10 of all time. So Linkin Park, they're like,
I like that group.
Out of respect to Chester, they're like, there's no way we'll ever attempt. Nobody could ever replace him. He's just unbelievable. And so they replaced Emily Armstrong. And a lot of people have mixed reviews with regards to her being Chester's replacement. I think it's pretty smart on Linkin Park's behalf, because I mean, you automatically probably aren't as critical of a girl. She's attractive, and she can wail pretty damn good. I mean, nobody's going to do it like Chester, but if you can just come close. A lot of people say it's horrible. Some people are saying it's great.
Do you think you think she's gonna she's gonna write new music with them, or she is gonna just
be the
perform
cover?
Chester's old stuff?
I don't know.
If they reunite, they'll probably come out with another album, because another new album really helps support a new tour.
Yeah, I think Seth, to answer your question, they write some stuff. I think they do, so that she has some stuff. And then you could probably get a better gauge of her range if she's coming up with some new stuff, and if it charts or it's good, or you just got to sing all of Chester's hits. If you have a hit on your own, that kind of gives a little more credibility to you than if you're just singing all of Chester's hits. If she's like, yeah, I sing all of Chester's hits, but I just, our last album we had 2 songs that charted.
Well, I didn't know that Brian Johnson was the second lead singer in AC/DC, so what if this gets to a point where you didn't even know Chester was in the band?
I don't
if
think
there's a whole generation of people.
I don't think that will ever happen. I mean, he's that legendary. But so was Bon Scott. You're right. It could happen. You'd be like, I don't even know who Chester Bennington is, but I love Linkin Park with this Emily bitch.
Well, a 13, 14-year-old hears it on the radio. I don't think they know much about Chester.
I don't know Chester, but I like Dan. Of course, you're going to be a dick. Of
no,
course.
She's hot. I just doesn't sound right.
Like, you never, like, you are the most negative, meanest, never given anybody a chance person that is on the show.
After catching nothing but grief for the last 2 shows from top to bottom, I just said that her voice doesn't sound right.
I've supported your Cybertruck.
I think she's cute.
I want to put magnets on it.
I'm with you on that, buddy.
Seth wants to drive it for Carline, bitch. Don't sit here and act like the martyr that you are, for you Cybertruck martyr. Only 50% of the people around here hate you because of it. Well, the other half want to drive it.
This girl's cute. She's hot. She's trying.
You haven't heard it all either.
But it's Sammy Hagar trying to do David Lee Roth, and it doesn't work.
You haven't. Well, it did work. Sammy Hagar did work.
Yeah, sorta.
No, look.
If you like tequila or rum.
Let me look at the amount of albums Van Halen sold. 5150 was one of their best-selling albums of all time, led by Sammy Hagar. So Dan, I'm gonna try to. You beat me on the F1 versus NFL stats. I'm gonna go. Let me go Van Halen with David Lee Roth and Van Halen with Sammy Hagar. Total record sales.
Okay.
Let me feel that she's given every ounce of her energy to be able to produce that sound that they literally would have to put her on an IV and lay her in a chamber for 12 hours to recuperate, because she just would be so exhausted. The amount of the energy you got to bring up from your diaphragm and practically scream to be able to, as a woman, to be able to emulate Chester would just be exhausting.
Let me Bing has an answer for you.
Let me Bing. Shut up, Dan. Let me Bing.
There's 2 things here. So Sammy Hagar had 9 top 40 hits and to 7 under David Lee Roth.
Oh, okay. And total album sales?
But total album sales, David Lee Roth, 57 million to Sammy Hagar's 27 million.
Okay, so it's a push.
We're both right.
So listen, as far as this girl's concerned, my eyes are smiling and my ears are crying.
Okay, well, I don't know that your ears know what you're listening to.
Bubba, they dropped a new music video yesterday, so there's an original song.
To learn how to work the mic a little bit better, and when she does her air,
she's been in this band for Dead Sarah, I believe, for a while.
But what I'm saying is, upon listening to this, if she would just kind of when she's working a mic, and then when she gasps for her next breath, to be able to push out this sound that she side mics it a little bit, because you can hear her breaths in this. That's what I'm. Just a little change like that. Listen to it. Let's listen. I think that she does a real good job, and Seth just sent me. They have a new single with her.
I would assume so. Yeah, I don't know if they put anything out without her.
Okay. And is this, let me see here. This is what it is. What's it called? The Emptiness?
Your blades are sharpened with precision.
The Emptiness Machine. Linkin Park's. It just came out 13 hours ago. Man, let me imagine if you had this type of following. They have 21.7 million subscribers on their YouTube channel, and they released this new video, and in 13 hours, it's done nearly 2.6 million views. Whew. That's how the music industry, and guess what? And the radio industry is headed there.
That's why they told Linkin Park to get a new singer immediately and get back on YouTube.
Exactly, because you know what? If you can poop out 3 million views in a day, we're going to be making some money. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be making some money.
Well, wait till they get back out on tour.
And then we support that with a tour, right?
Oh, yeah.
Emptiness Machine, the official Linkin Park's newest release with lead singer Emily. It's good. Wow. And when she gets going, like, her singing's good, but then when she kind of gets, a little bit more intense, her intensity is south. You're right, man. They got a rebirth coming.
Man, whoever picked her, brilliant.
Give them an extra 2 or 3 points on the album right now, immediately. Where's she from? What any information about? I'm
pretty sure she's from California. I mean, I don't know. She just did a song.
This is a good song. She's singing well. She did a crappy job covering the other song.
She did a good enough song to be able to sing Chester's covers in concert, and they don't sound butchered. They're just not Chester, but they're good. And then when they go to her stuff, the bitch nails it. That equals a time where people aren't walking out. They're like, okay, it's not Chester, but it's not that bad. But when they get into their new stuff, bitch just nails it. Like Seth said, that this is an absolute rebirth, reboot. Linkin Park is not going to be stagnant with no more new stuff. They are going to be a force to be reckoned with. And what a brilliant selection.
And before Chester took his own life, he filled in for Scott Weiland. He was front and Stone Temple Pilots for a while.
Is it cold in here?
It's good. It was a little hot, but it's getting down. It feels good now.
Seems cold. It's a constant fucking,
Yeah. We just can't get our body temps on the same page.
You just can't. 843 Bubba, $100. Look, I got a little yogurt with strawberries here, Sethy. Look at that.
Oh yeah, I was watching you eat that.
No, this is the first time I've eaten this.
I was watching you hold it.
Yeah, that would be a good promo to pick up Sethy in the cyber.
It is, I'm sure Dan would let me borrow it.
I'm sure he would.
I mean, I know he's still sitting in it in the afternoon, so I'm gonna let him.
The newness wear off.
Yeah.
In a week he'll be over it. You know that.
Yeah, and then I'll
swoop in when he's over it. Maybe take it for a 2-day trial. Oh, man. Kind of what I'm thinking.
Guys, can we bounce the Bodacious Beaver for being clever with the N-word spelling?
Okay, Mach, thank you. I guess we have a revised Dr. Dan.
Oh, wow. Another one?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lummy. Are there any mods for Rumble? Okay.
Oh, is somebody being a dick on Rumble?
Well, I just didn't know if the N-word was cool or not.
Who's saying the N-word?
Bodacious Beaver.
Yeah, I must go ahead.
I don't know if that. It looks like it's cool, but I just didn't know.
What context? Bodacious Beaver. Whites first unite. Well, that doesn't sound too cool. Let me go ahead and put him in a little bit of timeout. There we go. I just timed him out for 5 minutes. Put him in like a little slap your wrist deal, you know? Now, if you come back and you're cool, then we're good. But if you come back and you double down on the dickness, then I'm going to have to go and let you go. You go with that ruling?
Not a lot of your listeners are, which says something, but I guess it's just a word.
Well, it can also get us in trouble.
Well, I'm sure it's something you would say to a black person's face, so why not just say it in chat?
No, somebody said he was just deleted. Yeah, go ahead and, for all you people that want to use that word, go up to Ty J. Armstrong and just go ahead and blurt that word out and get back to me on how that works out for you. And if you're a badass enough to do that, then you can say the word, right?
Yeah, I think that's the test.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you can say it to a bunch of people in chat and get away with it.
Yeah, say it to Ty J. Right to his fucking face. Just walk up and just say, right there. But better yet,
drop him off.
Better yet, warn Sap. Say it to Sap.
What happened?
Because he will flip the fuck out on
Would he?
Oh yeah, more so than Ty J. Ty J may just call you stupid. Dan will back me up on that.
You're damn right I will.
The Orlando Content House Shindig, happening November 15th and 16th. If you're dumb enough to come, email us, orlando@bubbaarmyhq.com. Let the crew know if you want to be registered for Friday Night Fight Night, orlando@bubbaarmyhq.com. If you drive an electric car or truck, excluding the great one, Dr. Dan Diaco, he's a doctor, he's a lawyer and all-around pimp of a dude, you will be shot on sight. Your transport looks like a battery box on wheels. Thanks for adding more demand to our overloaded power grid. You are not saving the environment. EVs use rare earth metals. Mining them actually causes more damage to the environment and uses more fossil fuels to manufacture them than an average car. Speaking of fossil fuels, where do you think the electricity to charge those batteries in your glorified golf cart comes from, you douche? You are just a big douche if you drive an electric vehicle. Excluding the great one, Dr. Dan Diaco. Thank you, that is all.
The BTLS show now returns.
Macho Man, Jesus. It can't be that long. 57 seconds to spread your anti-electric propaganda, Macho Man. You're taking over the program. I don't care less. Lummy, I still have a deal with Giant Recreation World.
Oh yeah.
And if you guys of the Bubba Army ever need to rent, and that's the way to go, man. Like if you're going to Daytona, whether it's for that Rock Fest or whether it's for the 500 or whether it's the Gator Nationals or just any outdoor music festival or Like Macho Man, when you go to an outdoor music festival, do you get a hotel? Do they have camping available, or is it all hotel?
EDC does not have camping. I wish they did.
If they did, you could call Giant Recreation World, get 10% off if you mention Bubba Army, or use the code Bubba, and call 407-656-6444. I need to list that somewhere. Maybe I'll post it up today on our Twitter. Ask for, of course, Tom. Lummy, he runs the rental department.
Oh, nice.
And, just because they're no longer advertising in Orlando because Florida Man Radio is no longer in Orlando doesn't mean that me and Giant Recreation World can't have a relationship and we start keep doing business together. So get a hold of Giant Recreation World in the leasing department or the rental department. Ask for Tom. They have anything. I mean, from 43-foot, double axle buses to a nice little 30-foot, bumper pull tag along, Lummy. They're all brand new. They'll set them up with bedding and pots and pans and just any towels and anything that you would need. And they'll set it on. They'll take it to the place that you're going to be partying at or hanging out, set it all up for you. And then when you're done, you just get in your car, your truck, and leave, and they come get it for you. So ask for Tom, 10% off if you mention Bubba on the promo code. It's 407-656-6444. GiantRecreationWorld.com.
Charlie 215, $20.
Oh, also, Lummy, I had some activity on PayPal here. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, 843 Bubba 100. And then 843 Bubba 100. Been a great day, huge day. For our three main ones, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Been a huge day. So Seth was over on Rumble. And by the way, Rumble is like one of our biggest. Rumble kick. I love Rumble. And we're appreciative of what Rumble offers us as far as delivery mechanism and platform. But some of the people over there are kind of dicks. And there was this one dude, I don't know what was his name, Seth?
Oh, hold on. I took a picture of it.
On Rumble?
Yeah. And he was using the N-word.
Yes.
Oh, you can't.
His name is Bodacious Beaver.
Yeah.
He goes, "Why are you watching N-words play with their owner's balls?"
Yeah. So here's my official ruling on the N-word. First of all, the N-word can get me in trouble as a owner of this platform, and continuing to allow it in chat can get me in trouble. So you probably shouldn't use it. But in life, if you think you can use it, here's the test. I said Ty J. Armstrong, but Ty J's so laid back nowadays. If you walked up and called Ty J an N-word, Ty J because Ty J doesn't even want no problems. Ty J just wants to make his $1 million a year owning his drone company and watch his beautiful wife pole dance. and to make sure his beautiful daughter continues to thrive in her kick-ass government job. Ty J's got it all dialed in. Ty J's tough, but he's a gentle giant if you know him. He absolutely is one of the most kind-hearted, say it like it is, cool brothers that I know. Quite frankly, you could probably walk up to Ty J. I wouldn't advise it. Call him an N-word, and he'd probably be like, "You're stupid. Get the hell out of here." And if you don't get the hell out of here, I'm fixing to release some of my Detroitness on you, okay, brother? But walk, and Dan, we both know these people very well. Walk up to Warren Sapp and say that.
Right.
Because Sapp doesn't have the filter that Ty J does, and Sapp will kill you.
Right.
With his own two hands.
Right.
I've never met a meaner, thicker, more volatile person in my life than Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp could be the nicest, like we had of him in the box. Dr. Dan Diaco, his father, Joe, who was the team doctor for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for 30 plus years, was the longest NFL tenured doctor in the history of the league. Was when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers first started as an expansion team in '76, guess who the doctor was?
Joe Diaco.
Dr. Slinging D. Joe Diaco. And so as Joe retired, the Bucs so graciously, the Glazers were just, the Glazers didn't have to do that. The Glazers could have said,
No,
"Hey,
they've been
listen."
great.
Glazers could have said, "Listen, you know what? Joe Diaco was a rich. What, was it McKay? What was the guy that owned? No, the guy that owned the team.
Culverhouse.
He was a Hugh Culverhouse guy, and he spent some time with us, but not as much time as he did with Hugh. And we appreciate your service, Joe. Appreciate you." Nope. The Glazers treated Joe like family, gave Joe privileges still. Joe could come and go. Literally. Joe probably still had his own office still. And his key card till the day he died worked at $1 place. Dr. Joe Diaco's key card worked until the day, hell, Dan, his key card still might be working.
Probably still. They give you new ones every year. They give you new ones every year.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was.
Because if it didn't, we'd still be using it. So they could have, but you know what the Glazers did? They said, "We know you're retiring. Still come and go as you want, and we're going to make sure your family always has a luxury box." And that's what they did. And so a lot of times in the luxury box, Warren would come and pay respect. Now, see, Warren could be a dick to everybody in the box except one person, Joe. He was definitely afraid of Joe. Very respectful, always would come up, pay respects for Joe. And then it was, Dan, I think you'll be the first one to admit, it was 50-50 after he paid his respects to your father. Then it was 50-50 on how it went.
Right.
Would you not agree?
Yep, 50-50, literally 50-50.
He'd spend about 5 minutes, 10 minutes sitting next to your dad, paying the respects, being controllable, being cool, not disruptive, not mad, just talking about the good old days. You know, boom. Then he'd leave, get a couple drinks, and then it was an absolute crapshoot as to which Warren you would get. You could get the jovial, in a great mood, man, loud and boisterous but funny Warren, or you could get the mean drunk Warren. And when Warren was the mean drunk Warren, there was nothing you could say that he would take in context properly without trying to engage you into a verbal confrontation. And one of them was, me and Warren are talking. The latest. In fact, this is the last one. This is the last Warren confrontation because Rob Elder banned him for life on this confrontation. I'm sitting there right behind Daddy Joe on one of those taller bar stools, Dan, and Warren walks up and there's another bar stool sitting beside me. Him and his girlfriend, or the girl he's with, sit beside me, and we start talking. And we're just talking about, back in the day, radio stuff. Just, I think we talk about Ty J a little bit, talk about that. Well, Rob Elder had something to tell me and walked up and said, excuse me, which is, I think, standard protocol when you approach somebody. If you could potentially need to tell somebody something, I think that's what gentlemen do. Excuse me.
Yep.
And Warren went absolutely nuts on Rob Elder. Excuse me. Can't you see we're two grown men talking? Excuse me. Can't you see? Goes, and I'm like, Warren.
Come on, dude.
I'm like, Warren. I'm trying to tell Warren who this dude is. Like, this dude is not just some dude. This dude owns half the box. Newsflash. Stop. This dude, Rob Elder owns half the box.
Right, wrong guy to take a fight with.
Let's just be intellectually honest.
Right.
Rob Elder pays for half of everything, every drink, every food, every chicken tender, everything.
Yep.
And so this is the last guy. And then who's that? Pat? Who was the guy that played for the Lightning? Pat Maroon?
Yeah, Pat Maroon.
Pat Maroon's in there. And Pat Maroon's now getting mad.
Oh, so this wasn't that long ago.
No, this was 2 years ago.
There's two episodes. One was with Jay and Puerto Rico, and then it was then we forgave him, and about a year later or 2 years later, this happened, and this was the Rob Elder one.
So hold
with
on
Pat
now.
Maroon there.
So Pat Maroon's there, and he's got one other dude. I don't know who it is.
Well,
but
Stein was there too.
Yeah, Alex Stein was there.
What a box!
Yeah, Alex Stein. but Pat Maroon. Now, Pat Maroon is, without
a goon. He's a guy that kicks ass for a living.
Not only that, but with no pads on. When he has his pads
He's
on.
a big dude.
He's a big dude.
He's huge. Yes, he's afraid of no one.
He's a big dude.
He's thick.
And guess what? He fights.
Yes, for a living.
They don't put Pat Maroon in there to score 2 quick ones.
No, but he's fought Chara before.
Right.
Yeah, he's a monster.
That big ogre-looking guy from Boston.
Yeah.
That was like 6'9" on skates. They sit 14 in there to go rough him up. 14. See that guy that's 7 foot 63, whatever the hell his number is. Go there and knock him down. So Maroon. Warren is tough. Warren's tough, but Warren's not a fighter. Warren can fight.
Can he? Have you ever seen him in a fight? Has he ever actually swung at somebody?
No, but
or is he just a big mouth puss?
Well, I'm just saying.
I hate to break it up.
I'm assuming that he can get up underneath you, and I'm just saying.
Like you're an offensive lineman and knock you over?
I'm automatically assuming that he can hold his own, okay? I don't know how many fights he's been in, but he's Warren Sapp. He's pretty big. He's, 6'1", 6'2", 310, or, right now I think he's rolling around 270.
Yeah.
But,
still a strong man.
Is Jay in here?
Big Red's on the phone.
Oh.
I think that's what Lummy said. Big Red?
So,
yeah.
So listen to this, Seth. Pat Maroon starts looking at Rob. And Rob goes, let me tell you something. You need to get the hell out of my box right now. And Sapp goes, man, I ain't getting out of no box. And he goes, no, I mean, get out of my box right now. This is my box. I own it with the Diacos. And you need to get the hell out of here. Because I said, excuse me, I needed to tell Bubba it's a 2-second thing. And I was a gentleman. And you are a complete obnoxious dick. And Sapp kind of like, well, Maroon rolls up and puts his hand on Rob Elder and goes, do you need some help here, Rob?
Really?
And Sapp kind of, I don't know if he knows who Pat Maroon is, but he kind of gauges him up a little bit, and Sapp got, man, I'm out of here. And Maroon followed him out and opened the door for him.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's a
straight
move.
pimp.
Right.
Wow.
Followed him out because he had Rob Elder's back. Mm-hmm. Followed him out.
He's Rob's friend first.
And
yeah.
opened up the door and then shut it. Mm-hmm. Had Rob's back.
Bye-bye.
And, yeah. Is this Big Red?
Hey, by the way,
Yes,
is Sapp drunk or I know he's been a dick his whole life, but is he on something?
He does drink at the games.
Add alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes him more volatile.
Listen, I've seen when he's sober, when he's not drunk.
Nice guy.
50-50, but not nearly volatile like he is when he add alcohol.
Yeah, it's quick. It's a quicker fuse.
Yes.
It's a shorter fuse with alcohol.
Right.
Still, it's 50-50, though. I agree with you.
Big Red, first of all, I just feel horrible about what has happened, and I hope you're not mad at me.
No, not at all. It wasn't your fault.
Well, I mean, it is kind of my fault. I should have had somebody here probably helping you. Hold these, 80-pound signs that you're trying to hoist up and drill in and wire up and do all this nonsense. That's probably what caused you to. Have you been diagnosed? Did you blow out your bicep?
I got to go to a surgeon today. They're going to do an MRI. The hospital doesn't do MRIs at night.
What hospital doesn't do MRIs at night? I mean, that's just ridiculous. Is there a defect? Is there a defect? Could you see like a lump higher than your bicep? Elbow? I mean, higher than your elbow? There's a lump.
Yeah, it's just below on the front side of your elbow.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big lump right there.
Is that a torn bicep?
Probably. Based on the mechanism and what he's telling me and how he's describing it,
Red, I feel
sorry.
so bad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I had it up there and I had to move it just a little bit, and I was at an awkward angle, and I could just hear like ripping and tearing. I'm like, I've never heard that noise before in my life.
What?
You didn't feel pain, though?
You can actually hear it?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Oh, you audibly hear it.
You're ripping off the bone.
Oh.
So now, is it looking like you might need surgery and everything?
You won't know until
the
later.
MRI will tell today.
Yeah.
Man,
we got to send an edible arrangement, Bubba.
Just when I thought I was getting in good with Jess, and now she's going to really hate me.
Well, Big Red did ask, how does the sign look at least?
Awesome.
Well, I mean,
it's not very bright, but it's awesome.
Big Red, I'm
Macho's
sorry.
Macho's
got to hook it up, but the sign is beautiful, and it would be even more beautiful. The one behind me was up, but that's the one that he tweaked on. And but Red, I mean, it's beautiful, and I can't even tell you how sorry I am. What can I do? Is there anything I could do for you?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Now, your business, your surveying business that you own, like you don't have to go out and if you wanted to, you can do the majority of your work from your desk. You know, you don't go out and actually physically survey, because that could put a hindrance on your job, I think.
No, I'm an office cat.
All right, is that
I pay guys to go out. I pay guys to go out in the field.
Is it your mouse hand or you're not?
No, it's my left hand. So
thank God.
No.
So you can still brush your teeth and wipe your butt and stuff. I mean, that's so just debilitating when it's
See,
your
here's the
dominant.
deal, man. If it was your mouse hand, not that I'm trying to underscore your injury, but I mean, if it was your mouse hand, that would suck even more, because I know a lot of things that you do on CAD and all the, surveying and stuff you do a lot of the computer part of it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, if I had to use my left hand, I'd be screwed.
Right. Well, please don't think I'm trying to underscore how serious this is and how sorry I am, but please know how sorry I really am for real. And
I understand.
Profusely apologize to your already hates me wife.
Thank you for the autograph cards, Red.
Oh, you're welcome, Seth.
We 76, $20.
Dan, what is the worst case, best case here with regards to a potential torn bicep? Could he get in there and he just stretch the ligaments and it doesn't need, maybe he just needs to sling it up and rehab it? Or do you think for sure it's surgery Jones?
The best bet would be if it were a partial tear, because it's easier to repair. But it's probably a significant tear, and it's probably going to need surgery. The question is there a big bruise there too?
No bruise. Well, it's hard to tell because my arm is sleeved up.
Oh.
Yeah, tattoo. He's a real man.
I don't see any bruising through the tattoo.
So if it's not bruised, is that a better indicator than if it was bruised?
Well, a tear usually bleeds.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a horrible spasm, and maybe it's just a partial tear. Again, that's why you need to get the MRI.
Does a partial tear still require surgery
Sometimes.
as a full-blown tear?
Depends.
And what does the surgery entail when a guy has blown a bicep? You're a doctor. How do they fix that? Do they get some
suturing, and sometimes they'll do a screw suture where there's like a screw that goes into a bone that has a suture coming out of it, and they tie that to the muscle fascia.
To the muscle. Mm-hmm. And then the muscle has to
it's like a suture anchor.
Grow back together.
Yeah, it never really grows back together that well. It just kind of scars down and becomes probably 80% as strong as it used to be.
So he's never going to have that real good bicep pose anymore on that one arm?
It depends. If they fix it anatomically, then it can be perfectly looking. It'll still never be as strong as the original. But, again, our friend Terry went through this.
Automotive Terry.
And he feels good now, but it was a couple months where it was tough. Yeah. So I really hope it's minimal. I hope it doesn't require surgery, and if it does, I hope it's just a chip shot.
Well, Bubba, the real concern that you have is that Red's going to be in a full body cast when he has to make us food at the Content House in November.
Well, Red has actually contacted me and said this will not affect his content. He says he can cook with one arm, is what he told me.
Perfect. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're going to have to sign a slip and fall deal or something.
We'll get him a sous chef.
Our bigger issue we have with the Content House is now that we have Tuttle and Colton making demands on what they will and will not do. So that's actually...
Wait, they're staying there?
Well...
You're staying with them, Dan.
Yeah, that would be the day.
You said you were in the bunk beds.
Dan,
you said that.
No, that was a joke. There's no way I'm staying with those two ass clowns.
No, it wasn't a joke to anybody.
Zero chance.
Well, Dan, we might need to talk privately.
Really? You're going to throw me in the room with those two guys?
Well, Dan, see, we're in the content business, and, adversarial,
This
funny.
anger makes it good,
Yeah, I mean, you're automatically hot on the deal.
Hold
I mean,
on,
that's good content
but
right
Dr. Dan, Bubba did try to get you your own room, but Colton and Tuttle refused to sleep in a tent.
Yeah, see, I
lose my room because those guys are too soft to sleep in the tent.
But listen to me. We're only on the early processes. We're only on the early parts of this whole thing.
Okay.
Give me an opportunity to work my magic. Okay. Supposedly Tuttle and Colton are already coming in with demands. Lummy is what we're learning.
Oh yes.
I
heard that. Yeah, I guess they don't want to box either now.
Yeah, I guess they don't want to box. They don't want to stay in a two-man tent, work security out front.
Bubba, I know. Can we just? I don't know how this happened, but you said you wanted to bitch Dan out the other day, and you want Dan on a bunk bed.
I don't think I used those exact words.
Sure, you did.
I'm looking at my notes. I don't see where you said you wanted to bitch.
Was
Dr.
it a
Dan
dream?
out.
I feel like.
No, I just think it's an attempt for you to get me in trouble.
No, I'm not. But did you? You said you wanted them in the because that's been on my mind the whole time. Is that Dan was going to be in the bunk beds with Tuttle and Colton?
You were just saying about how the seniority here.
Oh,
Dr. Dan doesn't get as much. He's not full time.
Oh, that's right.
Well, neither is Colton. Dan's got more seniority than Colton, Babyface, and Tuttle.
Well, that's why he gets the top bunk.
Well, we don't quite know who gets what yet. So you automatically look at Dan. He's got his.
We got a Bubba backtrack happening.
He's got his resting left hand to my face, annoyed, pissed off, ready to strike face going on right now.
When I cover my mouth with my hand, it's me consciously trying not to say something.
It's
so
you
I'm going to just let you
trying to
guys
calm yourself down.
Yes.
And I know that.
Mm-hmm.
So Seth, chill out a little bit.
Sponjo, I support you, and listen, I'll give up my room and sleep in the Cybertruck, but if we can all be intellectually honest here, which is, what this show is based upon, you did throw out that he should go in the room with Tuttle and Colton on the bunk beds.
Yeah, but that's before I put Tuttle and Colton on a two-man tent that they've since refused.
They don't want a tent situation.
I still am. It's still up in the air as to who, where, when, and what. But we'll get it handled, knowing that Dr. Dan,
is not your clown.
I'm not trying to make you my clown. I'm trying to create good content, Dan. Okay, so we'll figure it out, okay? Dan, you're the one that said you could sleep in the back of a Cybertruck that's made for that. Maybe. I mean, and you know what, Dan? I got to think in November it's going to be pretty cool, and an air mattress, and then that little slider thing that goes down. That almost really makes a nice little coffin. Maybe I'll sleep in the Cybertruck, and you can sleep with the merch crick. I don't know.
Well, but what I'll do is, Dr. Dan, you can have my room. I'll get a tent and sleep in it.
I'll just get the Cybertruck tent. We'll just do the Cyber tent.
6 bedrooms. We don't need a tent, guys.
We got 6 bedrooms.
If Colton and Tuttle don't want to sleep in a tent, I'll sleep in a tent.
We'll figure it out. Big Red, listen. Please let me know today when you get. Are you headed to the doctors to get this looked at?
Yeah, I got to call the doctor at 9. He's going to squeeze me in.
All right. Will you give me the results of that, please, of what they find out?
Yes, I will.
Send us the bill.
Me too, please.
And Dan, me and Dan, okay?
I'll let you guys know.
Disregard Seth and the bill, okay, bud?
Good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
See you later, Red.
All right.
Hope your bicep grows back. Hope your bicep reattaches itself in the next 3 hours. Hello.
Hey, guys, it's Wolf.
Hi, Wolf. Is it?
Wolf
Hey, I gotta.
Yeah.
Hey, man, one of these days, I think I got all the polls and everything. I gotta do a day of wolfness at the track one of these days.
You gonna have workers' comp out there?
I hope that you don't pull a bicep while doing that, because the track has 0 workers' comp. I'm telling you that right now.
I had a question for Dr. Dan. My buddy had a couple strokes, and he wasn't very coherent in the hospital, but he was like he's being a dick, and he's refusing like the doctor's advice, and he won't listen to them. He won't take the medicine or anything, and so they basically he ended up being a little belligerent, and they trespassed him off the hospital. So I was just wondering, like, what kind of obligation do doctors have with somebody like that who's obviously not all there because he had a stroke and everything, to make sure he's healthy before he leaves?
They can't inappropriately discharge someone that exposes them to potential negligence.
I don't think that they can make people stay there either, can they?
Well, they can't make people stay there, but they also they can't kick you out if you are critically injured or critically sick.
I think this is the other side of the spectrum.
If he's stable and he's a dick to the staff, they can kick him out.
No, but I think that what Wolf is saying is he didn't want to be there anymore. They asked him to stay because their care was not over.
That's not what he said.
And he walked.
Yeah.
No, I think that's what he said, Dan. Wolf, am I right? The fact that he walked out, they didn't want him to leave, but he was over it and he walked out.
But he said they trespassed him.
Yeah, he was wandering. He was like wandering around in the parking lot and yelling and shit. And
what? No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, Jesus. You think you'd know by now?
I know. My bad.
So
Dan,
he wanted to leave. They didn't want him to leave, and then he lingered, and then they trespassed him.
Yeah.
Oh, it's confusing. I'm sorry.
I knew. Again, another one for Bubba and one less for Dan.
It's a confusing story.
So you couldn't like sedate him and like just like, hey, you have to stay here and sedate him and make sure that he's stable.
They
before he
can't
goes.
listen.
Even
To my understanding, they cannot make you stay.
No, it's not. They can. You can leave AMA against medical advice, but then when you leave, you got to leave. You can't linger and be.
You can't be in
disruptive.
your robe outside the parking lot going, I just want you to know this place sucks because I didn't want to be in there and there. You know, like you can't be, you know, like you can't be that drunk. So I don't think he has any legal ramification at all.
I was just kind of surprised they let him leave because he's in bad condition. Like half of his body's paralyzed and he can barely talk.
I'm sure they I'm sure they were telling him that. I'm sure they were saying, "Sir, you're in no condition to leave. We suggest that you stay here." And he was a dick and like, "I'm getting out of here. I'm pulling my IVs out. I'm doing all." I'm sure he did all that.
And they wouldn't tell his mom anything. I was surprised by that they wouldn't give her any medical information, and that's his mother.
Not without his consent.
Yeah, they have
He's an adult.
and he's in the parking lot yelling. We can't go down there and ask him.
Mm-hmm. So it's all about the new rules.
Yeah, and they were saying that she has to have some kind of surrogate paperwork and a power of attorney and all kinds of stuff.
And dozens.
I don't know. I just thought it was real sad.
So here's
anyway.
There's a lesson to be learned here though, and that is before you get into this situation, it's like, you know, we talk about family planning and estate planning. There needs to be sickness planning. You need to have a medical surrogate. You need to have a clear body of work that explains what you want in certain situations. A living will, if you may. And so that's so critical, and people don't think about it until there's a problem. And then all of a sudden, you know, your uncle or your dad is in the hospital, and you can't control him. You don't have any right to control him, and then you're just stuck like watching and horrified.
I bet you're the worst patient ever.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm good until up to a point.
If Dan's
up
laying
to a
there,
point where he knows more than the doctor.
Up to a point where, and Dan, everything they do, are you questioning everything?
No.
Like everything. And they come in and say, "Sir, we need you to take 2 aspirin." You're like, "Why am I taking these 2 aspirins? It's going to thin out my blood. It's going to blah, 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 blah."
Well, you know, one time I was in the hospital and they kept taking vital signs. I'm like, you don't need this vital sign right now. In fact, so it's Q4 hours. I'm like, come on. Make that Q 8 hours.
Yeah.
Every 8 hours. Q4, you're going to wake me up to take my blood pressure, which has been 115 over 75 all day?
Do you do your own diagnosis? Be like, you know, I need 200 milligrams of this and 400 milligrams of that.
I have for 30 years. I mean, I have. Really, I've taken care of myself except for, you know, my hernia surgery.
Anyway, Austin, we'll keep in touch, my friend. Appreciate you.
I'll see you guys in Orlando.
All right, buddy. By the way, if you want to be in Orlando during our big meet and greet, November 15th, and is it 15th and 16th or 14th and 15th?
15th and 16th.
15th and 16th, with the 16th being us at the Davenport Ale House. Email us, Orlando at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Give us your name and if you're bringing somebody, and if you'd like to be considered as a Friday guest into that contest as well. Otherwise, we'll see you Saturday night about 6:30 at the Davenport Ale House. Hi, yeah, go ahead.
For Austin being such a clean-cut guy, remember he dated that girl that tried to stab him and burn his house down, and now he's hanging out with the friends who have strokes and are drunk and belligerent.
He looks good. He looks a lot.
But he's a nasty?
No, hold on. He looks a lot less shadier than he really is. His looks take him to the, wow, he's a clean-cut young man, but he's really deep down a nasty.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Right, Lummy? Like, he likes to date the nasties.
Yes, he does.
The bitches that want choked out and then will cut you when you're done.
And he wants the friends with strokes who get belligerent about, you know, being helped.
Exactly. Hello, who's this?
Hey, Bob, it's South Tampa. Hey, they make a Cybertruck tent. How much do you think that is?
$2,900.
Yep.
So, Dan, does that mean like
stay in that?
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to spend $2,900 for a one-off. You know,
and they're back ordered.
Can we return it after and say it doesn't work?
They're back ordered. You can't even get them until
see what it
April.
looks like. You have to pump it up and stuff. It's crazy.
Listen,
listen.
The way Dan, let me ask you a question. You know how you hit the little button in the tailgate cover kind of goes the tonneau cover. You know how it kind of automatically retracts?
Yes.
Is there a button on the inside that you can hit it so that you wouldn't be, you know, like if you were sleeping in there and you put the tonneau cover all the way down, is there a way for you to be able to adjust the tonneau cover and open it up while inside?
CB trapped.
So then we could literally trap Colton, and once we get Colton and Tuttle in there and shut the tailgate, they can't get out.
Right. They're trapped. They may suffocate, though.
I don't think you. I don't know. We'll just tonneau it so like there's an inch gap.
Just a little gap where they can just get their fingertips, their tongues out.
Where they can just get enough air, like an air intake, like an intake. Okay. All right, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you. Lummy, when I come back, 2 things we got to handle before the end of the show. One, the Hunter Biden deal.
Yes.
Is he gonna get 17 years?
No. Who cares?
Is he going to get anything?
It's irrelevant, Bubba, because on November 5th or 6th or whenever the election's over,
his dad's going to pardon him.
He's going to get pardoned, of course.
Yeah.
But didn't his dad say...
Which is the right thing to do.
His dad said it when he was running for president.
What?
He wouldn't
pardon him.
Yeah, they're so honest.
Well, hold on, though. Guess what? He's not running for president anymore.
Exactly.
If you want a deep dive into the Bubba the Love Sponge show from the past, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back after these words.
They get away with it. He doesn't care anymore. Yeah, he doesn't care. Exactly.
Did you ever find out about your shakes?
Yeah, they live in my office.
Wait, so what happened? Did they drop them off?
Oh, you did?
Yeah, what?
Did they drop the shakes off?
At my office.
Oh.
The wrong address.
Did they put them in the freezer?
I hope.
Should we get
Bubba? Which mover and shaker and networker? Who was you? Lummy was one, and you were the other one. Which one?
Lummy was networker. I was mover and shaker.
Okay.
Bubba, should we get like a card and everybody signs it at the BRN for Big Red?
No.
No?
That's nice.
Who was mover and shaker?
Right?
Lummy?
No, I was mover and shaker. Lummy's best networker. Because I said I don't move nor shake.
Was he listed as Lummy?
Maybe Lummy Lummox Garrison.
Dr. Dan's addicted to Needham's every month.
Lummy, how are you listed?
I believe it was Lummox from the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Was it Lummox?
Yes. Yes, I will double check, but...
Yeah, Teen, I'm going to buy a card, and I'm just going to give Bubba the receipt. If he wants to reimburse me, you know, it's up to him. But I'll come out of pocket for the Big Red. He's always hooking me up with bear stuff he doesn't need. I want to be Big Red sous chef. I'll get one of those fucking hats. Is Dan in here?
No, he's in the restroom.
Bubba, you put him in the bunk beds?
I don't know yet.
Friday Night Football, baby.
In Brazil, they can't wear green.
Yeah. I was getting ready to talk about that. I'm gonna do that and
what? That's because of a soccer deal?
Yeah, because of the team, like just some fucking absolute
right. Just
bullshit.
some made up Brazilian soccer football bullshit.
Some fucking.
It's a rival. Their rival wears green. They'll upset the people of Brazil.
This is going to be the last football we ever take to Brazil.
That'd
We're
be
going
like
to fucking Argentina.
If there's an event at Soldier Field and the team, 2 soccer teams, and one team had green, they're like, oh no, Packers are our rivals, so you guys can't wear green.
What is that, man?
It's ridiculous.
Good luck trying to tell some drunk Philly guys what to do down in Brazil.
By the way, isn't Brazil's colors green and yellow?
It's like green, blue, and yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's their colors, but you can't wear their fucking national colors.
There's too many rules for this football game.
So they say you can't wear red, white, and blue at a fucking at a Packers game.
They gotta cancel it. Shut it down. Let's get the Bears and Titans to play early. Let's get them up tonight.
I'm not sure the Mustang man.
That's all right. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you.
Boy, that Xavier Worthy is one sexy player, isn't he? Holy shit. They just found Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. He's pretty quick.
Well, I mean, that and Rashee Rice is like, he's the best. I mean, he's might be the best receiver that, outside of Kelsey, that Mahomes has had.
That's how, I didn't think Rice was going to play for a couple weeks.
Well, next year, I think he's going to get suspended next year. I think
like, what's his name did from Saints?
Yes.
How it was, 2 years later, he finally got a 3-game suspension?
Yeah, I think because they have to let the league. I think they're going to let the legal thing play out.
Yeah, that's what they said.
But yeah, he's not going to escape a suspension next year. Yeah, Rice is really good, man. But when you're the Chiefs and you can hit on draft picks like that and they're cheap, you're going to keep winning championships.
When you got 5th and 6th rounders, they're fucking panic.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. All at the Bubba Army now returns.
Lummy, I just checked our Facebook Messenger. Got a guy named Jay and his son, adult son, flying in from New Orleans.
Nice.
To be part of the Orlando meet and greet.
That's awesome.
Email us, orlando@BubbaArmyHQ.com. Let us know if you're coming so that we can give the Ale House somewhat of a roughed-in head count. We're going to have a $30 meal and drink package that you don't have to buy. You can go a la carte and just order one by one. Or for $30, we're going to have tickets that we sell on our Bubba Army store when we get them up that get you 2 drinks. And then they're going to have like a little buffet lummy of wings and fried cheese curds and mozzarella sticks and French fries and hamburger. They're going to, just something like that.
Should we run a deal, Bubba?
That is a deal.
No, okay. Well, I wanted to. Okay.
You wanted to what? Give 10% off if you mention Sethi?
No.
What'd you want to do?
If you fly in, the food's on us.
No. Why are you always trying to why are you trying? Do you understand?
Show us your plane ticket and we buy you dinner.
Probably be better if the guy's flying in get to stay at the house, or not stay at the house, but come over for Friday and hang out with Seth.
You know what? I'll tell you what, Jay from New Orleans, you get to sleep with Seth Kushner
in the bunk beds.
Yeah, in the bunk beds.
I'm just.
You're always trying to nickel and dime me on free stuff. You know what? Yeah, Seth, and we'll take it out of your paycheck. We'll take the discount out of your paycheck.
I just want to lend a helping hand to people that are flying in. I think that's really cool.
It really is. But I mean,
what they had to pay?
We're a business, my friend. This is costing me thousands and thousands of dollars already. You know that.
Yes, no, I'm aware. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So quit.
That's why I'm waiving my talent fee for the weekend.
No.
Completely waived.
Mm-hmm. You're going to waive more than that here in a minute, buddy.
In Los Angeles, where Hunter Biden has just shocked everyone by planning to report in.
You know what? Now, so he pled guilty.
Yes.
And with that, potentially bring 17 years. Mm-hmm. When will the sentencing be? Will the sentencing even be?
December.
After the election.
17th.
So hold on now. Hold on. This could very well be like he's never even going to sentencing because, November 6th, 7th, whatever the hell day is after the election, his dad could be like, pardon.
Right, which is why piss away money on lawyers and stuff like that when he could just plead guilty and then get pardoned in a month.
Plead guilty. No, the sentencing's after Pops, is already a lame duck Willie.
Well,
and now is there any crime that's not pardonable?
Yes, state crimes.
But this is an
federal
IRS.
crime.
This is an IRS federal
crime,
gun charge.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is right in the wheelhouse of what the president can pardon.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're saying is that with the deep research that the they were going to be bringing out during the process, it's easier for him to plead guilty.
Oh, you're saying all the information,
all the dirt,
all the discovery.
Where did he make all that money that he didn't pay taxes on? And then they start deep diving into it, and then it gets exposed.
And it's after the election, so the American people can't hold it against the Democratic Party because the election's already done. There might be some people who be like, man, if this was before the election, man, that really sucks. That's shady. I'm not voting for that. I'm voting for the other guy. But since this is after the election, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
So this isn't the gun thing. This is
the IRS thing.
This is the IRS thing, which is a huge thing because where did he get all this money?
Exactly.
Well, but this all goes away.
Bye-bye.
This all goes away. I think that like when you're pardoned, like it literally stops the investigation.
Yep.
You're done. You're done. Like it's over. Stop.
His tax evasion charges. We're in court.
I will tell you, man, Hunter Biden's wife is a smoke show.
This morning, and
his new one.
The judge, Mark Scarson, was talking to counsel about jury select. There's 120 jurors in the courthouse behind me, all waiting to be interviewed and then potentially selected for the case that's supposed to run for at least 2 weeks.
All that. Right, there's no jury needed when you plead guilty.
Yeah, because the trial would have been happening before the election, so a lot of things would have been uncovered.
Between the counsel, the prosecutor, Leo Wise, wasn't happy that Hunter Biden's sugar brother, Kevin Morris, was in the courtroom when he's supposed to be the defense witness. And then Hunter Biden's counsel, Abby Lowell, wasn't happy that Hunter's wife, Melissa Cohen, wasn't allowed in the courtroom. The judge explained that no one was allowed in the courtroom, including press, because they had to make space for 100 potential jurors. Hunter's lawyer, Abby Lowell, dropped a bombshell that we might not need the jurors because they intend to plead guilty. So he suggested that he wants to put in an Alford plea whereby he maintains his innocence but pleads guilty. The Alford plea might be to kickstart a plea deal, but certainly no one was expecting this. We were ready for a day of jury selection, and now we see that Hunter Biden.
Is anybody reporting this as, okay, you pled guilty, but the wink, wink, nudge, nudge deal is his dad's gonna give him a full pardon? Like, is Fox News or anybody?
Fox is
saying this doesn't matter? This is a non-point. This is a non-issue. Doesn't matter what he pleads. Doesn't matter how many years he's potentially facing. We don't need any jurors, anything like that. We're going to enter an Alford deal, Willie, and then his sentencing is set to be December. His dad literally can pardon any federal crime at all. I think even murder. And his dad's, November 5, 6, 7, something like that, whenever he feels frisky, was going to fill out the paperwork. Boy, how much of a crap show is that going to be? Not that it matters because the guy's not running for president, and it doesn't even matter on who is running for president because the results are already in. Like who the next president. Now, could Donald Trump come in there and reopen this?
Nope.
Or no?
Once you're pardoned, and it's gone. And so he doesn't have to wait until he's sentenced. He can still pardon him before the sentencing.
Oh, he can?
Yes, he doesn't have to wait. He can pardon him the day after the election.
Yeah, he could pardon him right now if he really wanted to.
If he wanted to, exactly.
And they're saying that it makes.
But they won't
till after the election because they lie about everything.
Well, hold on. It could affect the election.
Yes, and
there could be some people on the fence to be like, you know what? He pardoned his son, that no good son of a bitch, and shady, and so I'm voting for Trump.
Well,
but he said he wasn't.
Well, they're saying the left side of the news outlets say it's a good look for the Democrats because it's showing that he's going to own up. He's gonna do his time. Like right now, it's leading up to that. Hey, Hunter Biden's guilty. He could serve 17 years, but
he's going to serve a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
In coordination with
This is the dad of the 14-year-old that killed 4 people, 2 teachers, 2 classmates, injured lots. What, 20, 25 people?
Around 20, yeah.
And at a small Georgia community school. Is it Winder? Is that what it is? I forget what the city is called. I know the 14-year-old's name's Colt Gray, and his dad is the one that bought him the AR-15 in December of 2023. Now, in March of 2023, the FBI came to the house and talked to the dad and the family about what Colt Gray had written on various social media stuff and some of the things that he was saying, and had raised some red flags with regards to him being a potential school shooter. That was in March, way, way earlier than December. So if the FBI's been to your home and has talked to you as a dad about your kid, your 14-year-old kid who has potentially been red flagged as a problem, a school shooting problem, and you then irresponsibly buy your kid an AR-15 8 months thereafter. Now, if it was reverse, where he bought the gun in March and they came to him in December, that's a little bit of, that gives you a little bit of wiggle room. But if it's vice versa, like the way it is, and they came to you in March and said your kid's a weirdo and he might be doing some bad things, and you just blow them off, and this isn't just, the county sheriff. This is the FBI, which really intensifies the situation Dan, there's one thing when the sheriff comes to your door, and there's another thing when the FBI comes to your door.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a difference.
Right. And so he doesn't listen to him, buys this kid a gun in December of 23, not just a gun, but an AR-15, the gun that was used to kill these 4 people and injure a whole bunch. Rightfully so, and a great move, and kudos to the agency that arrested this father on second-degree murder charges, because I wholeheartedly agree this dad should be held accountable for providing that gun to his son after he was warned about his kid's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
In coordination with the District Attorney Brad Smith, the GBI has arrested Colin Gray.
Now, are there talks about charging him as an adult?
Yes.
The son is going to be charged as an adult, they said.
Age 54, in connection.
I will tell you, man, I don't know if this is the district attorney or what, Dan, but he's got a pretty nice looking suit. I mean, most district attorneys and good old boys from Georgia usually don't have that slick of a suit.
No, they got a big belt buckle and a hat.
Right.
He's been waiting for a national story his whole life, Bubba.
Yeah, it's been hanging behind his door at the office all year.
He's had this thing pressed for 3 years, ready to go. He just wish it wasn't in a cornfield. He wanted to be in a little bit more of a formal settings. He didn't want to be at the back part of the football field.
Yeah,
but
he
anyway,
get dirt on his shoes.
To the shooting here at Appalachia High School, Colin is Colt Gray's father that was arrested yesterday. He is charged with the following.
Good.
4 counts of involuntary manslaughter.
Check.
2 counts of second-degree murder.
Check.
And 8 counts of cruelty to children.
I wonder what that brings. I wonder if you're guilty on all 8. I wonder what that, how many years? 20, 30, 40?
Probably 60.
Mr. Gray, these charges stem from Mr. Gray knowingly allowing his son, Colt, to possess a weapon. This is a very difficult time, as we know, for students and parents.
And listen, man, there's a lot of 14-year-olds who probably go hunting with their dad and has their own gun like this, and they're responsible gun owners, and their dads are responsible dads, and the FBI hasn't been to the house saying that your kid's a whack job, and you're just a good old kid, and you're out there shooting, hunting. That's fine. I have no problem with that.
And so many, I know, of students and parents here in this county and around this.
There were four people killed from this little piece of shiz.
State are afraid. You all have likely seen reports of incidents of other students.
Did he sneak it in a backpack?
Yeah, they said he was excused from class to go to the bathroom, and he came back in with a gun.
Wow.
I really think, man, I don't know that all school, I don't think most schools do it. Maybe your school does, Dan. You go to a real rich school. Do they metal tech the kids?
No.
I think that's coming.
Depends on the school.
Students making threats today at various schools around our state.
Oh, by the way, did you see that we had one here locally? Chad Chronister arrested some 13-year-old girl that yesterday posted that she was going to do bad things at her school.
Yeah, it's on.
So now the copycats are coming out.
Yep.
In each of these incidents, police, law enforcement took charges. They made arrests, acted very swiftly, as we take incidents like this very seriously across this state.
Yeah, and I'm telling you right now, man, this is, you don't see this a lot where the parents got to take the rap, but when it's justified and there is, an apparent tie-in like this, like this story here, Appalachia High school student victims identified, student suspect was flagged to the FBI last year. So the students contacted the FBI. Because usually the kid
he got kicked off Discord, and people on Discord contacted.
I know,
the FBI.
but usually the kids know the scuttlebutt and who the weirdos are before most do, because they hang out with them the most. So he got kicked off of Discord.
Does every mass murderer have a Discord account?
I think so.
Well, they banned it from Discord,
which is our chat. I'm just saying, that's our chat. Let me. This is student. I'm sorry. This is teachers now that are and I think maybe Colt Gray's family that are going on social media and sticking up for the kid.
Yes.
Multiple family members have lashed out since the incident. Just check yourself before you speak about a child that never asked to be deal with this bull crap since he saw on a daily basis. Y'all ready to use some? What is that?
That's her middle name. That's her last name.
Yeah, Paul Hamas.
Colt never asked for what he's been through. I'm with you 1,000,000% prayers for everyone affected, an apparent relative said in a comment. A former teacher called him a sweet boy. I taught Colt firsthand. He dealt with so much. I love him and will be thinking about him and your family as you go through this tragedy. Such a sweet boy.
What has he dealt with?
Such a sweet
His mom
boy.
was a drug addict.
So?
Supposedly.
If your mom's a that doesn't matter. If your mom's a drug addict.
J.D. Vance was, and he's running for vice president.
Yeah. And not
and
only
went
that.
to, Harvard Law School, Yale Law School.
And guess what? His mom isn't the one that bought the gun for him.
Right.
His dad did. He's not been identified as a drug addict. Nobody should be saying anything good about this guy. Oh, he's a sweet boy. You don't know what he was going through. I know what he was going through. He was going through enough mentally to think that it's okay to kill 4. I don't know if he could have killed more, or if he just stopped it at 4 and then threw his gun down because he knew he was getting smoked. I wish he would have tried for more, and they would have just been able to Swiss cheese him.
Well, if that was where his issues were, I mean, then mother's drug habit, ruined her whole family's life.
Right.
Because her son and husband or ex-husband are going to be in jail forever.
She'll be. You know what? The drug addict ends up being the free one.
Man,
that's Georgia for you.
I guess the dad just yelled at him a lot too. The neighbors say.
Yell.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing. You can't yell at your kid anymore.
Sophia's like, stop yelling at me. I'm like, this isn't yelling. This is me disagreeing. You want to hear yelling?
And you want to say, you know what? Don't tell me when to stop yelling. You're the kid, and I'm the dad. Dads yell. Bitch!
Dads yell.
That needs to be a shirt. I'm a dad. I like to yell a lot. So stop telling me to stop yelling.
I'm a dad. Hear me roar.
Let me, when I come back, we'll go through. We'll actually announce the 2024 Hall of Fame, Bubba Army Hall of Fame inductees. These aren't nominees. These are people that are going to be inducted into the Bubba Army Hall of Fame at BARP on that second or third weekend. What is it, January 15th?
I believe
January
it is.
16th.
Yes.
At the BARP festivities here at the studios. And your bust will be 3D printed by none other than the great Grouper Lips. And you'll have, you're at that point, man, you're next level Bubba Army royalty.
The official BARP party is January 18th.
Saturday, January 18th, you'll be inducted into the Bubba Army Hall of Fame. There's 12 people. There's 12 inductees. God, there could have been 60. There were so many great people that have qualified and have just done so very, very much to support the show. But I can only put in 12 due to shelf space. And you know what? I got to get shelves made, Lummy, and I don't know that Big Red can hang any shelves.
said he
Oh,
got
you know
one
what?
done.
He'll have it.
Yeah.
Dan, will his bicep be fixed by January?
Oh, yeah. He'll
perfect.
be 95%.
Perfect.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
He's leaving for
Okay.
He's gonna go try to get.
It'd be funny if they slept in the tent inside.
Ceci, you're fucking my margins up, lover.
I'm just trying to help out the hardcores, man.
How about helping out the business?
I'm thinking about everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
Whatever, shit. Just trying. What up, Thurlman? Got some football tonight, man. I'm pumped. Remember in high school, I felt like a loser if I didn't go out on Friday nights, which I never did. Now I'm so happy I get to stay home and watch football. A lot of fantasy action. And, who knows? There could be some sort of national event with it being in Brazil. What up, Fat Pig? Hello, Tina. Shalom. What up, Bubba's my God? Broncos win 11-10. We're on Rumble. We got 1,100 people over there. What it do, Hoss? Hoss the Ross the boss. I like being the only one in here. What's up, Mr. M? Neil. Uh-oh. What up, Bondo got goats? Thank you. I have nothing to do with a good show. I don't know this junior character, but you're ruffling some feathers. What's up, Brian? I'm just trying some shit out, Longwood, Nothing's forever. I'm always looking and testing out talent. Most of the time it doesn't work. So if it does, fuck yeah. What up, Chris? Captain Hawkeye. Stomach bug, watch out. Watch out! Stomach bug! That new Linkin Park song is really good. What up, Will Warren? Oh, thank you, Stumpy. We recorded a new episode yesterday, but Brian was talking on the episode like it came out yesterday. We talked about the football game. We talked about like who's gonna win, a bunch of shit. So I'll have to clean it up. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate it, man. Just trying, new combinations of shows. And once we've used all the combinations of people here, look for outside talent.
He's upset at himself. He wasn't able to finish it for you.
Yeah, we're doing the debate show, Wyatt.
Poor guy, he had to fucking try to sit right there and navigate through all this and
At
everything.
least he didn't drop it on like the
Poor guy.
TV or anything.
Big Red, I'm so sorry.
No way. I think Harbaugh's one of the best coaches in football.
Big Red,
240.
I'm so sorry.
Which one?
That was a half a millimeter away from them tying that game last night. Go Bears, Diaco rules.
The Orlando Content House Shindig. It's going to be a bunch of dudes doing stuff dudes do. Happening November 15th and 16th. If you want to come see this freak show, email us orlando@bubbaarmyhq.com. Let the crew know if you want to be registered for Friday Night Fight Night. orlando@bubbaarmyhq.com. The BTLS show now returns.
Fish on the J, Lummy, 50.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fish on the J. Again, the Orlando Content House. If you're, listen, even if you're just coming, the majority of everybody, 95 to 99% of everybody will just meet us over there at the Ale House about 6:30 or so. We'll have some drink and food packages available. If not, just meet us there. But if you're even just going to meet us there, try to give us a little bit of a heads up by emailing us at Orlando at BubbaArmyHQ.com. That'll give us an idea of what we can tell the restaurant, what we might, as far as how large of an area we need, and they can accommodate up to 400 in this little outside area. So maybe we need half of it, maybe we need, a little bit of it. What were you going to say, Seth?
Just going to say, I don't know if we've mentioned it yet just because there's so much stuff going on right now, but we are doing that debate show on Tuesday night with Babyface and Dr. Dan.
8:45.
They're both confirmed.
Yes, doing a debate show. The Harris-Trump debate seen on, what, ABC, NBC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last time was a lot of fun.
It really was. We'll all be in here just cutting it up, just giving our opinions of how each candidate's doing it. Maybe Kamala will go in there and just own it. Just own it.
Well, if she does, Brian will be telling us.
Yeah.
And if not, Dan will be telling us.
Dan will be mad as hell. The whole deal. Lummy, I do got 2 phone calls I feel like I maybe should buzz through real quick. 813-90-BUBBA. People seem to like, Lummy, that I've kind of lifted the phone. I'll take phone call ban, because knowing, Lummy, that trolls try to mess with me every once in a while, but I can identify trolls usually pretty quickly, and I'm just going to say, see you later, numbnuts. It's my show, not yours.
That's right.
Quit trying to troll. About to get mines. You're just a little jealous bitch. Anyway, who's this?
Bubba the Love Sponge, Joe the Supermarket.
Joe, hi, quick.
I just wanted to know if you saw the interview with the student that was in the room with the shooter before he left the room.
No, is that out?
I sent it to you. It's on our X. You had it up yesterday.
Well, can you pull it for me?
Is it not in one
She
of
ended
our...
up saying that he left the room, but the doors automatically lock. So when he came back with the gun, he was trying to get in. But the girl that was going to let him in saw the gun, and then she backed up, and then he just turned around and started shooting everybody.
You mean like everybody in the hallway? So you're saying so the only people, so he was trying to get in the classroom but didn't. So the only people he could shoot were the people that happened to just be strolling through the hallway at the time.
Right. So his ultimate goal was his own classmates. He wanted to go up in there and wreck shop.
Oh, that would be that would be way even more horrible than this already sad situation is.
Exactly. And the other thing I picked up on this morning when Dr. Dan was talking about the $2,900 tent, and he said it's back ordered. How would he know it's back ordered unless he tried to order one?
Joe, I'm not in the Dan fact checking business, my friend. I'll leave that to you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Continue to get better if you can, bud. Hello.
Hey, it's Pedro.
Hi, Pedro, the pool guy, whose wife used to be a flight attendant and do really, really naughty stuff in the Mile High Club, but now she doesn't.
Hey, so this kind of follows along the lines with this shooter deal. Our 16-year-old in 8th grade brought a knife to school, got in trouble his freshman year of high school, talking about a hit list. So last year he decided he was going to be a jackass and flunk his core classes. Well, we found him a military program funded by the state of Florida up in Stark for 6 months, and he's there now, and he's doing way better than he did when he was here, and he's going to come out.
So you're saying your son, how old was he when you sent him?
He just went a couple weeks ago. He's 16. He'll be 17 in January.
So he's a sophomore or junior?
He's just would be a junior this year.
Yeah, and he was having all kinds of problems at school, being a dick, taking
and they
a knife,
recognized it.
And your mom, you and you're responsible because you're a normal, responsible set of parents. You recognize, hey, we got a problem here. Kids bringing a knife to school, kids writing stupid stuff. We can't control them. There comes a point where you just can't get through to a kid, so you send them up to a military school, and it's really, really making a difference because that's what you can do. Is you can do that as a parent, but most parents are so soft. They're like, I'm not going to send little Johnny to a military school. They're mean. I heard they make him get up at 4:30 in the morning and run 2 miles and do 10 push-ups. Oh my God, no way.
Yeah. So for any other parents out there, it's a program called FLICA, paid for by the state. Free to you, and you have to qualify for it, but it's phenomenal. He's going to come out with a GED, and he's going right in the effing military.
Yep. A lot of times, listen, man, a lot of times when, back in the day when kids would get in trouble, judges, I don't know if they can do this anymore, but they would sentence problematic kids to the military. They're saying, said, listen, rather than to go do 2 years in juvie, at age 18, you are going to enlist into the U.S. military.
Yep. I went to a school, or when I was in high school, one of the kids that was causing all kinds of problems. That happened to him. I haven't seen him since, but he ended up going in the Army.
Good.
So.
All right, Pedro.
Anyway, thanks, guys. Love you.
Hello, who's this? Oh, good. Make Steve. Oh, there. Hello.
Hey, Bubba, real quick, I just want to say good job, Bubs. No negativity. The shows have been great. Steph has been killing it with the podcast. You guys have a great weekend. I'm out.
Rack 'em.
Rack it. Love that type of call. Appreciate it. All love. We don't suck. We're the best. Show's been good. Boy, today's been a great day. I know a lot of people are making up their 2,400 Lummy. They're making their balances up.
Yes,
but
they are.
Boy, that equates to a phenomenal day, does it not?
Yes, it
Thank
does.
you so very much to everybody.
But it's been a fun show.
It really hasn't it?
Has it been fun because of all the money that came in, or has it been fun because it's fun?
I don't think $1 could have came in and it would have changed the texture of the show. I think the show's been good today, for whatever reason. Let me need to find the special sauce we had going on today.
Well, I already know I'm probably get a text here to get that cut up for him, Dr. Dan Diaco.
Oh yeah, whatever. So here's the deal. One, I know Colton and Tuttle are coming in to do the after show.
Just Colton.
Weekend in review. Oh, just Colton.
Yes, just Colton.
Well, then good, because I can get word. I can get word to Tuttle through Colton because they're like two little peas in a pod.
Mike Thurman, $50.
Thank you, Mike Thurman.
Tanning goggles weekend time.
I've been told that they, one, don't want to fight, and two, even with 20-ounce Big Bopper gloves, that nobody's going to get hurt, and two, they don't want to sleep in a two-man tent working as outside security. Well, I mean, I feel like they're putting demands on me.
Well, I don't feel like it's demands. I just feel like they're giving you they haven't given you, but maybe just a list of things that they might not be up for.
I don't think in the old or even new Bubba world that either one of these are really that big of a deal. Like, when you're low man on the totem pole, let me intern, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Colton and Tuttle are, kind of. Not interns, but lower echelon contributors.
Oh man, this is.
Why don't you ever have my back?
I got your back, bro.
No, you don't.
I'm here, but
you're giving away my money and you're giving away my power.
I'm not. You've got all the power, dude. I am just. I just when it says lower man on the totem pole and to me, everybody. I mean, maybe just from the podcasting, but I feel like everybody contributes here. Everybody. All right. I look at everybody as kind of on the equal, except you.
Let me Rob Green at 100.
Yeah, thank you, Rob
Prime
Green.
Time Toys 50.
Wow, they just came in quick.
Jesus, Seth. There's got to be some pecking order around here.
I know, but
you think the long snapper's got as much stroke as Patrick Mahomes?
No, that's
every.
But they're not making the long snappers sleep outside the hotel. He still gets a room.
They might as
Bubba.
well. They're paying him, $150.
Right. So these guys aren't even getting paid. Let's give him a room and some shelter. Just trying to give our buddies shelter, Bubba.
I mean, can you tell them that I really need them to reconsider?
Yes.
You know what? And listen, here's the deal. Maybe it's the two-man tent. Maybe I get them each a two-man tent.
Oh, there you go.
See, so now they're not sleeping, right next to a guy. They're just, they can make like a little compound where both of their little tents kind of face each other.
You want to make them a tent city?
Yeah, they can make a little tent city deal going out there. Maybe have a little propane stove right there where they could do their morning coffees and all that kind of deal.
And it's in November. It's going to be, if it was, July, it would be absolutely miserable.
Yeah, November is going to be, man, just bring one little sleeping bag and a pillow and you're sleeping nice.
I thought they were going to be the bunk bed dudes. Remember, they were going to be in the bunk bed, and then there was a bed that pulled out that you wanted to put Dan
saying
in.
He doesn't want to be in. See, Seth, I have all kinds of personalities I got to deal with. I got to deal with Dan. I got to deal with these two. I got to deal with you. I got to deal with Macho Man hating electric cars. I got to deal with Seth. I got to deal with Rhett, whatever moods he's involved in. I got to deal with Lummy. Well, Lummy's I never have to worry about Lummy.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, he's just soul to the earth. Tells me whatever I want to hear. I could literally say, Lummy, listen, times are tough, and I need you to sleep in the back of the Cybertruck. I'll leave the tailgate open so you have enough room, okay?
Thank you.
You'd be like, no problem. I'm there. I'm there, buddy.
No problem.
So
who goes in the bunk bed?
Dan. Dan gets the bunk bed by himself. He says he didn't want a room with anybody and get jobbed out.
Okay.
I'm going to have to. This is going to be a work in progress, Lummy. If you could just so nicely ask the two boys,
yes,
if I got them two tents so they didn't have to sleep in the same tent together. Does that lessen their? Does that increase their ability to potentially say this is okay?
Will do. I'll talk to them on the after show.
I mean, literally, it's only going to be 6-7 hours. You probably have to patrol till, midnight or 1. and then you could go to, I got to think that, people trying to find out where we are and it could cause problems will probably start dying it down around 1 a.m. And, I mean, the sun rises at 8.
Yeah, and Colton will probably be out there getting high as a billy goat anyhow.
Yeah. Colton gets high enough, we'll tell him, hey, you're in the master bedroom, and we'll just put him in the tent. I mean, you know what I'm saying, Lummy?
There you go.
Yeah, here we go. God, phone calls are crazy. 813-90 Bubba. I'll go take these two, go to words, and we'll end the show with the Hall of Fame.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Hello, who's this?
Yes, hello. My name's Roger.
Name's what?
Roger.
Arthur?
No, Roger. Sorry about that, Bubba.
Logger. Okay, Logger? Hi.
No, it's Roger.
Okay. Is it just me, Lummy? I know I'm getting a little bit older, or has every time he said his name been somewhat kind of hard to listen
It's hard to hear.
He's been Roger every time, but sorry, I'm with you, Bubba, all the time.
I swear to God.
He's not right. I didn't hear what this guy said. He's
Roger what?
Yes, sir. It's a question for Dr. Dan.
Okay. I'll go ahead and I'll channel Dr. Dan. I can usually answer most of his questions.
Wyatt Hair, 50 on the tent fund.
Thank you, buddy.
Roger.
Need some more super chat before we leave today, Lummy. That's on the YouTubes.
Yes.
Hello. Go ahead, Roger. A question for Dr. Dan. I'll channel him. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. My granddaughter, she was born with her intestines up in her chest. It's a type of hernia. And her incision
It's been 16 months now, but her incision will not heal on the side of her ribs, and they're saying that they're going to have to go back in and take out all the stitches.
Here's what I would do, sir. Dan is unbelievable at scar revisions. I asked Lummy. He did one on Lummy's face that was second to none. I don't know about, wounds that won't heal necessarily, but I would certainly call Dan's office, 4-8-8888 Diacos, and just let Dan put his eyes on it to give you his opinion. He may not be able to help. He may say, hey, they're doing the right thing in the wherever they want to do this. Or he may say, no, I can help you with this. But it certainly would be worth, making an appointment for him to put his eyes on this situation.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely the route we will go.
It's 4-8 and Diacos. And just say I need Dan to take a look at a possible scar revision. That's it.
John Kustika, $100 super chat.
Okay, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
That's Johnny K. Steel slinging son of a bitch. Cooking on the grill on the weekends on me. Sipping on bourbon. Slinging steel.
Yeah.
Largest contributor.
Thank you.
Last call before I go into the Hall of Fame. Hello.
Good morning, boys. Las Vegas Mario. How you guys doing today?
Hey, what's up, Las Vegas Mario? And thank you for being a major contributor to the program. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. I just had a quick question. I'll fire it off real quick. I was renewing my Sirius subscription yesterday, and then I was reading an article saying they paid that Call Me Daddy girl $125 million to go to Sirius. And I guess my question is why can't they get you for $10 million and buy your catalog and get you on there? I still feel like you got gas left in the tank, and it frustrates me. I was telling the operator
because these people that own the content providers, the platforms, if you will, Sirius, Spotify, they don't put any credence into radio people, guys that can do radio, which is what you're doing. Podcast is just basically recorded radio. But they put their credence on podcasting and comedians and things like that. So it's shifted in what they want and what they think you want at the end of the day.
All right. Well, that was my question. It just drives me crazy that they don't see the talent in you. I think you got 5, 6, maybe 10 years good in you, and it just bugs me. I email them all the time to put you on.
We're going 10. Mario, I love you, buddy.
Okay.
Thank you. Let me go into words. We'll close the show out with this year's Hall of Fame class.
Let's go.
The Hall of Fame class of 2024. What?
Mark from Tarpon, $100.
Thank you, Mark.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Venmo seems to be the stepchild, isn't it?
Yes. Ever since we had that problem with
Yeah.
when we were shut down for like a month.
What a great day today, man. Thank you, guys.
You watch that guy? I've gone through before.
That's because you like recommended shit over there. I don't like that.
Lummy, did you get $2,000 from ClemFan83?
Where was that at?
Cash App.
Yeah, that's Michael Rucker.
Oh, okay.
That was the guy that was there earlier this morning.
I got you, lover.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
He dropped it to qualify.
We'll come back with a go through all of them. The big ones.
I don't even know. This is all very exciting.
Creamsicle 200 today. You got that.
Yes, sir. Right. He was, 5:30 this morning. Up and early. Did on Wednesday there, Wayne. I'll have to talk to him later today about it. Bye. Send some pictures of Chip Jones.
I think the farthest north we're going is, we're going to Charleston and we're going to Philadelphia. Are we going to Miami?
I don't think so.
But what was it? Orlando, Tampa, Charleston, Philly. There was another one. Where the fuck did we say we were going?
Did you say St. Louis? Well, it was mentioned on your podcast at least. Wasn't it, Seth?
Minnesota, and yeah.
Wait, didn't you say St. Louis?
Did we say St. Louis?
You said St. Louis on the
No.
podcast. I thought you guys said St. Louis.
It doesn't matter what we say. We can fucking change shit at a moment's notice.
Oh, no, people were just telling you what cities you.
I thought we're not doing Miami.
That was mentioned too, Miami.
Okay. Shit. Mummy's got too many cities written down. We don't even know where we're going. We're lost on tour.
The Orlando Content House Shindig, happening November 15th and 16th. If you're dumb enough to come, email us, orlando@bubbaarmyhq.com. Let the crew know if you want to be registered for Friday Night Fight Night, orlando@bubbaarmyhq.com. The BTLS show now returns.
Lummy, here is the 12 inductees into the 2024 Bubba Army Hall of Fame. Remember, Lummy, I can only play the... Lummy, did you see the donation from Heath? $1.50, Cash App. See that?
Hasn't come in my screen yet.
Huh?
Hasn't come in yet. Waiting. Nope, just came in. 150 Vegas Bubba Army.
Oh, that's that Heath?
Yes, it is.
I didn't know. I know his real name. And you just missed the 20 from the Beltazar over on the Super Chat. God, Lummy, I'm doing your job for you. I've replaced you.
All right, I understand. I thought usually we stop when you're making an introduction, but I'm
so sorry.
By the way, Colton said he would. Colton has a list of demands, but he said they would sleep in a tent.
Okay, see, I'm already breaking them down.
You sure are. I wonder what their demands will be.
Yeah. You know what? Lummy, could you during your show get through, and then you can have those demands ready for me?
Yes.
So here it is. Here is the list of 12. And I have to at this point say there are I'm gonna after I list the 12, And it was so hard to take this list down from 80 to 12. There's like 80 people on here that would certainly qualify to be a Bubba Army Hall of Fame member. I take several things into account: how much you've contributed to the show, how many years you've contributed to the show, how long you've been around, just your overall interaction with the program, just whether you're on chat and you're sticking up for us, you do just a lot of different things, some of which I can tell you and some of which I can't tell you because I don't really know. Just the overall feeling of how I feel about you and how you are truly Bubba Army royalty, to the extent where you will be, forever remembered in the Hall of Fame, as your bust will be displayed, Lummy, with the other, I don't know how many other members we have, but a lot.
Yes, we do.
And we're trying to, put in about 12 a year, which are 2 shelves full. And we have your bust, just like in Canton and other Hall of Fames, you will have your bust 3D printed by the Grouper Lips in gold. And you'll have a little placard. Those are made by, are those made by Rainbow Rick or Precision John? I forget which
Precision
one.
John.
Precision John makes the placard, and then Grouper Lips makes the busts. And again, not only am I going to list the 12, but I'm also going to list a bunch of people that could have very well been in the Hall of Fame. You have everything. You've met every criteria. But maybe next year. I can only put so many in. Lummy, here is the list, and I can only play that because we'll get copyrighted. Lummy, number 1, Mike Thurlman. 2, Nikki Peeled. I wish I could bring his wife in, but I can't. Just straight Nikki.
Does she get a bust or no?
She'll get a bust, all right. Lummy, Travis from Semi-Autoglass. Brian from Philly. Woo! Stanley the Sniper. And Lummy, I'm sure that this in itself is going to bring a big crap storm. This person should have made it. That person should have made it. You're a piece of shiz. Why'd you let that person in? That person sucks. That person said something bad about you one time. You suck, Bubba. I hate you. I've been listening to this show for 36 years, and I quit you, and I'm going to join the Reddit page and talk about how fat you are and how many times you cough on the microphone. Do you people realize that the people that I do clear my throat? It's been a habit I've had my entire career, and I turn my mic on. But the only reason why you're not, it doesn't go through the audio chain. It goes through the hot mic chain. So, like just because you can hear it on hot mic doesn't mean you can hear it on air. You're so stupid. Lummy, number 6, halfway there.
Yes.
Melissa Carpenter. It's always good to get a female in there.
Yes, it is.
We got Greg. We got Amy. We got Scout and Big Gulp. We got Heather Wiz. We got
Caitlin Hatley.
Susan Poitras.
Susan Poitras. Well, now we got Melissa Carpenter, baby. Number 7, Lummy. Neil Mount Plaisir. Number 8. And by the way, people on the various forums wish these people congratulate these people. This is really a big deal. This is really, really, really in our world. This is a big deal. And you may think our world's stupid and some radio shows don't do this. And you know why some radio shows don't do this? Because they can't. They can't find people to fund their stupid content.
They don't have the digital thumbprint that we have, and they don't have goats.
And they don't have, quite frankly, the brand that I've established, Seth, and the library that I have, and the cult-like following affectionately known as the Bubba Army. Drink the Kool-Aid. It's beautiful. Did I say Adam Nielsen?
No, you did not.
Adam Nielsen. Number 8, Adam Nielsen. Number 9, Lummy, Fish on the J. Woo! 10, Napa Know-How. Napa Mike, number 10, Lummy. Number 11, she's our second Lummy, the first time in the history of the Bubba Army Hall of Fame, 2 women in the same inducted class. Tease. And number 12, the great Bob Cook.
Oh, wow.
There are your 12. Here are the people that I profusely am so sorry to. And I hope you continue to support the show at the levels that you do, because these people here made it hard for me not to put them in. They deserve to be put in. I'm talking about the Rob Greens, the Tunok Doc, the Jason Travis, the Rosado guy,
Big E 7375 $25.
the Will Davis, the Primetime Toys, the Uncle Eric's, the Mark from Tarpons, the Songcast, the Captain Creamsicle Lummy.
Yeah.
He's now almost qualified for this year. Let me write this down. Sunny Days, Eric Gill, Joe Gondak, Keith Yager, Let's Fudge Some Whores. Lummy, Just Plain Kim. She's her. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised if Just Plain Kim made the ultimate turnaround and was in the Hall of Fame next year. All these names I mentioned are people that I considered was on my consideration list to be in one of the 12 slots. So if you're on my consideration list, you can bet that next year probably you're going to get in. Let me Heath. Is it Heath Clayton?
Yeah, the Vegas Bubba Army.
Alex G, Steven Stewart, Elkhart Rob, Trey Bill.
Oh, yeah.
Trey Bill, God, you deserve. I mean, my God, Trey Bill, you got to be in next year. Michael Hattersley, Samantha Fox Jet Skis, Gloria Zach, 24/7 Dynamic Solutions, Little Purpy Jersey. How has Little Purpy Jersey not been in so far?
I don't know.
Maybe next year, my friend. Alexander Gothard, Las Vegas Mario, like I said earlier. Let me. Who's the M. Dufries? Is that
That's Mark from Tarpon.
Is that Mark from Tarpon?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and then who is? I thought Mark from Tarpon was James Donahoe.
No, James Donahoe. No.
James Donahoe is like big time. James, I think you'll be in next year.
Thank you.
Thank you to all. I'm sure that a bunch of people are mad.
Mike Thurman, $100. Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famers.
Who decides, Bubba? Who votes on the Hall of Fame?
Me and Lummy do it. It's Lummy will tell you. Me and Lummy sit down. We exchange lists. Lummy added. I had a list. Lummy took 2 away and added 2 more. I'm not telling you who those were, but it's strictly between me and Lummy.
Yes.
Me, Lummy, and Ashley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, Lummy?
Yes.
Would you not agree?
Yeah.
And Lummy, would you not agree that it's not all my way? You actually directed me on 2 different names this year that I didn't have on my name.
Yes. We go back and forth. Yeah.
Lummy is very much part of this. Again, Mike Thurlman, Nikki Peeld, Semi-Autoglass Travis, Brian from Philly, Stanley Sniper, Melissa Carpenter. Let me see here. Neil Mount Plaisir, Adam Nielsen, Fish on the J, Napa Mike, Tease, Bob Cook. Those are your Hall of Famers. If you see them out and about in various platforms, congratulate them. And the people that I named, I got you next year. You'll be there, buddy. The wrap-up show, Lummy, the weekly wrap-up show, which should be quite interesting.
Yes, it should be.
It's coming up next.
Thanks for letting me finish. You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian, Lummy.
I'm just straight for the slate markings. Number 2, take 2. Seth Kushner describes what he does here at the BRN, and action.
Seth Money is zesty co-host and president of podcasting.
That's it? That's how you want it?
Do I need more?
Good evening. Co-host Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council.
Co-host J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Rhett, the Filthy Ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.